'Twas the night before Christmas all over the town. Not a wheel dared to turn. Main Street shut everything down. Orange barrels stood smug in a fluorescent maze. Mansfield's holiday theme? Detours for days upon days. Yet downtown stayed lively, defying all sense. As thousands poured in, ignoring the fence. They dodged cones and closures, the mud and the grime, for the Queen of Hearts drawing, worth every spent dime. City Hall hummed steady, a worry-filled hive. Mayor Jody Perry pacing, binder thick as a drive. Finish Main Street, she sighed, before folks lose their calm. Santa can keep all the cookies, I just want smooth asphalt. Out on Park Avenue West, in the cold and the dark, sat West Park Shopping Center, undead and missing its spark. Sagging and drafty it groaned through the night, either knock me down quick or make living here right. At last came a murmur, a hopeful remark. Next year's the year, echoed West Park to the dark. Tony Vero rolled in with approvals in tow. Land bank's on board. Yes, really, let's go. So Mansfield lay dreaming of roads that connect, of buildings that bow when they've lost their respect. And I heard it whispered, half hope, half flight. Merry Christmas, Mansfield, and to all a good night. Now, fix it by next Christmas.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you.
Well, greetings and salutations, and welcome once again to the Newsman Weekly Podcast, episode number 78, and our final episode of the year of our Lord, 2025.
Will we be back in 2026?
We don't know. We're not sure we're going to finish today yet, so we can't even talk about 2026. Folks, we're going to have a special crazed holiday version of the Newsman Weekly, if you will. Quite honestly, I got no idea how this show is going to play out. It's like a lot of stories that I write. I don't always know where they're at or where they're going when I start. I just start typing and praying, and that's kind of what I'm doing here today. I mean, the fact of the matter is, despite what it appears most weeks, we have a pretty thorough script that I've kind of drafted out and then we kind of follow. I ain't got shit today, okay? I got nothing. It's a holiday show, so we're just going to have some fun. But let's start by saying good morning to Zac Heiser, the show's executive producer, and Hayden Gray, our official videographer, for at least one more week. And we'll see what the new year brings on that particular front. We'll see how he does today, because today's going to require some editing skills. Go ahead.
Might have to make a trade.
We could. We might have to make sure. But you know who we're not going to trade for?
You bring Grant Ritchie back?
Grant Ritchie. Grant Ritchie's dead to me.
We leave him in the Newsman Weekly 2025.
You know what, Grant Ritchie? You are a terrible fantasy football league owner.
Yeah, call him out.
Just because your season ends and your team's not doing well, you just drop everybody and you play with an unfilled lineup. Pox on your house, Grant Ritchie. Bad move.
He'll be happy that we're talking about it.
He can leave the chat, but he can't leave the Newsman.
No. Well, he can leave, and I'll put my...
He can't help but listen to it.
I'll put my Newsman size 9 up his keister. All right. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to a new, fresh week of pre-holiday hell. Speaking of hell, how the hell was your weekend?
Morning, Carl. Glad to be here. Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. We are festive today.
We are very festive. We are adorned in holiday attire.
And I heard that Santa hat is like actual relic from the North Pole.
This is
not in like the Mansfield Playhouse Museum.
No, this is the original Santa hat that I've had in my possession for many years and many years of playing Santa.
Some people wonder, are you the real Santa, actually?
No, people that know me know.
Or were you for a time?
No, people that know me very well know that Santa and I are opposite ends of the spectrum.
Well,
we should bring in a lie detector test.
The only thing we have in common is some white beard, growing girth around our midsection. Beyond that, that's about it, because he and I don't see eye to eye on many things at all.
It's exactly why he would want you to play him. From
really?
Time to time.
I mean, I've done it at the Playhouse. I've played Miracle on 34th Street. What else? Another Christmas show. I forget which one it was. But yeah, some Christmas shows I've done it. I did take my 3 granddaughters. My wife and I took the granddaughters to the Tiny Tim shop.
Oh, great.
Classic.
On Saturday. Have you guys taken your kids?
We have.
Hayden?
Elliot's probably next year.
No. My granddaughter went, the 2-year-old, and she had a great time.
he goes shopping with me right now.
Well,
he can go there next year.
No, I am saddened that you have denied him
Yeah.
the Tiny Tim shop. Little Faith, the 2-year-old, I didn't know how she was going to act. She stormed.
Little Faith is more well-behaved than Elliot.
stormed. Oh, you haven't met Little Faith. She stormed through the door, did all of her shopping, and was back out in minutes.
And she tell you what she get you?
Oh,
she
no,
got you?
no. She did get upset when she got back home to her parents' house because she wanted to open everything right
Right.
now.
Well, of course.
Yep.
And Mimi, I gotta wait
Yeah,
another 2 weeks for
That
what?
she was not fond of that. But yeah, taking the grandkids to the Tiny Tim
Yeah.
shop. Kudos to Jen Kime and the folks at Downtown Mansfield Inc. That is a wonderful thing they do every year. If you haven't taken your kids yet, Hayden,
I've gone as
you
a
should
child.
do so.
Okay,
There's one
I'm
more
an
weekend.
alumni.
there's one more weekend.
You're an
I'm a
alumni?
Tiny Tim alum.
Wow.
I used to shop there.
There's another weekend. So your parents took you, but yet you want to deny.
I don't know if they took me when I was 2.
Well, you just got to tough it out. The volunteers are great. You don't have to go back there and be like a helicopter dad at
I
times.
know. I
can
know how it
just
operates.
go
Go to relax and get a
I've
cup of
written
coffee.
about it.
That's what I did.
While your
attended.
kid is
Yeah.
shopping.
While the kids went in shopping, I went my wife sat there. I buzzed over to relax, got coffee, came back. It was perfect.
I took him to the Hurley Christmas house last night. It was the last night for that.
You took him to a funeral home?
Yeah.
That's your version of, ho, 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 ho.
It is.
Here's the dead people.
It's the jolliest funeral home around.
I know it is, but it's a funeral home. And God bless it. It is a wonderful,
quit acting like
decorated
you don't
house.
know.
But yeah, you take your son. I'm going to call your wife.
You take him, Carl.
No.
Let's call her right now.
You take
Yeah,
him.
yeah. That's what.
They do have a 2-hour. Well, this is Monday, but they
Put
do have a 2-hour delay because all these soft schools.
Yeah, put that on the list for next year. We need a live phone in here so we.
Well,
can
I wanted to
people.
call the what was it when your heat went out? Or
Yeah.
we
Oh,
should
yeah.
have called
Yeah.
people.
We
over
did
there.
after we stopped recording.
Yeah, when I was calling everybody to try to come.
We're
fix
doing
my
that.
furnace.
Local businesses.
Yeah,
We're
Being
gonna
alert.
we're gonna
Great, yeah.
call you live
Yeah.
next year on the Newsman Weekly.
Yeah. I was-
No, we let our kids open one of their Christmas gifts this weekend just because we didn't want to. It
early
was
fold.
another box to wrap,
What?
and so it's like, hey, do you want an early gift? And they're like, yes.
That's it.
That's
You're-
an early fold, man.
Oh man,
Is that bad?
It is bad.
Really?
I mean, Christmas Eve maybe open one,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 weeks before,
Right.
Now you're soft.
Just-
Santa just said
just
one less
on a
gift for
whim.
me to have to bring, man.
You are soft, Heiser.
Well,
you're soft.
Yeah. I
You're
kinda
soft, and Hayden's cruel because he won't take his kid to the.
am.
Tiny
At least
Tim
he's
shop.
not soft.
You know what,
True.
Hayden? Does your wife listen to the show? Sometimes. Well,
Probably not.
She's got plenty of free time on her hand because God knows they cancel school
I know.
every whip
I know.
stitch when it gets cold outside. Anyway, I hope she's listening and she takes your son to the Tiny Tim shop.
Did they cancel school when you were a boy in Georgia?
No,
You had
but
to
you know what?
deal with
Even
those harsh Georgia winters.
even when I moved to Ohio, we didn't cancel school. I mean, you got up and you went to school, not because of cold, and there was no such thing as a 2-hour delay.
We walked 17 miles to and from,
Do you know when
up
schools
and down a hill.
You know when schools got soft? When they used to be, you had 5 snow days a year.
And you couldn't max out.
right.
If you went over that, those were makeup days.
Yep.
And then
In the
they changed.
summer.
Then they changed it to hours of instruction.
Oh.
And then like
Okay.
blizzard bags became a thing.
Yeah,
so
and
you
then
could
now
get out of it even more.
Now I swear to God, kids could miss the entire month of January, and
Right.
teachers would still get out on time
Well,
in May.
Right. Well, since COVID, they were just like, oh, we actually don't need this much work and school.
Yeah, and the kids
Like-
certainly reflect that. Hayden, weren't you in school during COVID?
In college,
And
Oh, that,
great-
there
I
you
was
go.
trying to teach kids
There you
through
go.
COVID. So
There-
thank you very
that-
much.
That speaks a lot.
I was trying to teach.
You know, we were talking about freezing and things like that. Hayden, you had an interesting frozen moment on
Yeah.
Friday. Congratulations to a great job standing by the Goose Pond
Mm-hmm.
at North Lake Park. 2 things I found out over the weekend. One, that lake is deeper
Yeah.
than I ever would have imagined. I always
Same.
thought it was 4 or 5 feet deep. And 2, I thought geese stayed there year round, but apparently when it freezes over, they're someplace else.
There were some geese there.
On the pond?
Yeah, there was a little patch, probably like 30, 40 yards from where they were working to try to pull the truck out, and there were still some geese. Now, once the chainsaws came out, that was a little bit distracting and disturbing to them, so they kind of flocked around. if
So
that's
you
what
were out
call
there
it.
for how long? Standing there. For those who didn't get the story, some fishermen on Friday were using a sonar and found a truck. They were getting ready to ice fish, and they found a truck down at the bottom of the pond. So they contacted authorities, and that set off an hours-long operation.
The dive team. Well, Hayden, you can
Yeah.
give us the scene.
Well, yes, Larry Phillips, managing editor, headed out first. He worked the first shift.
I am so glad I was off on Friday. Thank God.
I don't know what time exactly he got there, but I knew Larry was going to get very cold very quick, and I had to do what had to be done. So I told him, look, as soon as the wife gets home from school, I will come relieve you. He stayed for like an additional 30 minutes because he was invested, but then realized that stuff doesn't happen very quick.
Larry is too nice. Had that been on a Thursday, when yours truly was running the newsroom, there would have been one of three things happened. Either Hayden, Katie, or Hannah would have been sent out there toot sweet.
Well, Hunnell sent us a message, and it's just like, why is the managing editor standing out by a frozen lake? No reporters working today?
He just wanted to feel something, man.
You were so worried.
He is too
like
nice.
Someone needs to relieve him. I'm sure he's frozen.
Oh yeah, I mean, old guys shouldn't be standing out
Right.
there.
Hey, but no, I was out there for about 3 hours, from like 4 to 7, and I do want it noted that I did take Larry hot chocolate.
That's nice. Wow.
Because he's not
That's
a coffee
nice.
drinker, which we won't talk about. But
well, many thanks to our friends at Relax It's Just Coffee,
Yeah.
the sponsor of the Newsman Weekly, and thank you, Hayden, for giving me that opportunity to say kind words to Paul Kimmerling and his staff of baristas on North Main Street in downtown Mansfield. Now back to the show.
it looks like we know what we're doing, and you can get hot chocolate there. Nonetheless, yeah. I mean, it takes a while to get that kind of stuff done. To pull the truck, it's not as easy. It's just, why don't they just slap a tow hitch on and pull it out? So,
Carl Ferniak, founder of Richland Source, a member of the Richland County Sheriff's Office dive team, was out there in the cold and the wet, helping to retrieve said truck.
He was. So, yeah, they chainsawed through like 4 inches of ice. That was when Larry was still out there, and I was kind of getting there. And then they determined the truck was, like 10 to 12 feet where it was because of all the dirt and mud at the bottom, too.
Wait, silt and, say it right, goose shit.
Yeah.
That's what's at the bottom of North Lake Park, folks. Silt and goose shit.
Probably about 10 feet worth.
Yeah.
That's why it really is only about 5 feet, and then there's like a layer of goose shit.
Yeah.
So this dive team, I didn't know we had a dive team.
Richland County Sheriff's Office
who knew?
has had a dive team for years.
Oh, nobody knew that.
Yeah.
Well, I think Hayden covered the dive team up, was it up by Plymouth, Shiloh?
It was close to out in the kind of rural between Shelby and Shiloh and Plymouth out there. That was, 2 years ago almost now to this point.
And is this is it kind of is it volunteers that, like a volunteer firefighter
that part I don't know. I'm sure there's some uniformed deputies that are involved, but obviously Carl, I think he's on the auxiliary.
Yeah, he's got his equipment when he needs to go out and do. He's got a badge. So they've got some markings.
So you guys better behave. The founder's got a badge.
Yes.
Okay. He's got a resting.
Oh yeah, I didn't need to know that to behave.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of guns too.
All right, folks. Today's show is going to be far different than our normal show. We don't have any real news to talk about. I mean, there is some, but you know what? I ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm done with news. This is our holiday extravaganza. I am already.
It's just the Man Weekly this week.
I am already in vacation mode because after this
we
week,
know,
I am
Carl.
done until 2026.
Me too.
I don't feel.
How's this company gonna run really?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
There's another thing about Larry being too nice. You can't let everybody off. I put in my vacation request in June for these 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he snatched up the prime time from everybody.
You know what? Back in the old days of the News Journal, I had a seniority list, and you could take vacation based on seniority. You get first dibs up until June 1. After that, everything was open.
See, that's a soft way to do it.
No, that's the great way to do it.
No,
because
I've heard some great ones where it's people that have had the opportunity, Carl, at this point, they're like, there's some younger people around now. They like to spend some time with their kids for the holidays. Maybe I'll let them have this time.
Oh, but you know what?
But then there's Carl. Oh, let me kick my feet up for half a month.
maybe
I've worked hard.
You know what? If you really wanted to spend time with your son, you would have had him at the Tiny Tim shop on Saturdays. So. You know what, fellas?
Well, you've earned it, and so have I. Here's to 2 weeks off. Here's to 35 hours of vacation or whatever I put in.
Exactly.
It's disgusting.
Let the record reflect that previously this year, when I was supposed to be off on Mondays, when I did take an occasional vacation day, I still came in and did the show before I left.
You did.
And I'm not going to do it this time.
No, it's good to
What
take
a heavy lift.
It is.
It's good to take a
This
couple
is a
weeks
heavy
off.
lift. Just getting all this out of bed every day.
We're supposed to be in a holiday cheer.
Oh, yeah.
I am wearing a Grinch shirt, though.
All right, fellas. What a year it's been, huh? I was looking back over the weekend at all the guests we've had in 2025. It ran the gamut of politics and government to cold murder cases to new candy store owners. We had a backyard chicken advocate. We had a pro wrestler. We've had a multitude of City of Mansfield officials, including Mayor Jody Perry. We had historian and funny guy John Mosier. We've had guys from Skate, Ohio. We've had restaurateurs. We've had a lot of Richland County officials, including Commissioner Tony Vero. We've had a candy store owner, a chess master, authors, haunted prison owners, scientists, attorneys, and community advocates, longtime local radio voices, hip-hop voices, civil rights advocates, more community advocates. We had Miss Mansfield in here. We had an Iditarod sled dog racer. We had theater folks from the Mansfield Playhouse, the Renaissance Theater, and the Mansfield Shakespeare Company. We brought in cops who solved a 40-year-old cold case murder mystery. And if you remember back, we started this year with a U.S. Army Green Beret from Bucyrus who blew up a car outside a Las Vegas hotel.
That was this year. Wow.
That was this year. That was the first show
happens
of the
every year. Every December, end of the year, you're like, oh, that was this year. It's stuff that happens in January and February, and it's just, it's crazy.
I thought you were going to say it happens every year. A Green Beret from Bucyrus blows up his Tesla outside a Vegas hotel.
As much as we don't want news to happen around this time of year because we want to take the time off, it seems like you always get
Well, the good news is Hayden.
Crazy.
The good news is Hayden will apparently be here to cover it, just in case there is some.
Right.
There is some.
Someone's got to go stand by a frozen lake.
Yeah. So what a litany of guests, what a variety of topics we talked about this year. It was I don't know. One of my favorite guests of the year was Dan Liu.
Okay.
From Dan Liu Exchange. He's the restaurateur that we talked about because things I didn't know about Dan, that he's a great musician, that he was a college baseball pitcher.
Yeah, that was a fun fact.
That was a good guess. What about you guys? Your highlights of the year?
Well, you
for
didn't
guests?
mention Mariah Thomas and her father that we had on the show.
Well, Mariah, like Grant Ritchie, is dead to me.
Right.
She was a fantasy league owner in our fantasy football team, fantasy football league this year, and she too, just when she left, stopped filling out her roster.
She
every
really
week.
cut ties
we're
altogether.
done with ex-employees.
We tried to be friends with
We're
her
done.
and Richie.
Mariah,
and
we
they're
still
like, no, I don't work with you guys anymore. I don't
Leave
want
Jim
anything
out
to
of
do
this,
with you.
though. Leave
Mariah,
Jim out
we
of
still
this.
love your dad, Jim. You're a great American, but your daughter's dead to us.
Yep. John Mosier is always great.
Official certified friend of the show.
Yep, he's always
We
great.
had one episode called News, Sports, and Other Tangents. That's always fun.
What was
but
that one?
Nobody listened to it. I mean, it was in February.
I liked having Vic in from Blood Prison.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Always fun to hear about some other ins and outs of that operation.
Well, keep talking amongst yourselves. I want to look up and see what our number one rated show of the year was.
We had Dr. Tim Barra, who told us some great
the peopling of Polynesia, right?
scientific stories. We had Skate, Ohio.
That was a fun
Mark
one.
Sebastian Jordan. That was the one I was.
That's
looking
one of the
for,
authors.
Yeah.
Yes,
Some
Mark
great
is
ghost stories there. We just had him on in September. We really had a great month of September.
But
A scientist, Blood Prison, Mark Sebastian Jordan, and then we went right into elections.
But you know what our number one rated show of the year was in terms of audience?
Is it
don't look it up.
King-
Don't look it up, Heiser.
I'm
You're
already
cheating.
looking. I'm
Is it the
already
one with
looking.
the chamber?
No,
That one was pretty high up, I think.
it was.
Cold case?
It was March 4th.
I
I believe it was March 4th. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I don't see anything higher
Wow.
than that one. Yep. We had Jen Keim and Bob Bianchi in to talk about Main
That
Street
makes sense.
right before Hell was unleashed, because it started in late March. It was right before the project started in downtown Mansfield. So that's been our number one rated show of the year.
And now we sit here with one lane open. Wow.
I really want to know.
One eye open.
Yes.
I mean, we get a handful of listeners every episode. I really want to
did you
know.
say a handful?
A handful.
Oh, my
a
God.
few thousand, give or take.
There's like a
few
million.
hundred.
What are you talking about? A handful? It's a million.
I couldn't
Right.
hold a million listeners in my hand.
No, I
Right,
couldn't.
and it's all perspective. A million's kind of a handful. But who do they want to have on in 2026? Like,
Well,
who should we have? Who should we have back on?
I've run into people in the last couple of weeks who are clamoring to be on the show.
Whoa.
Okay.
But I can't think of reasons why they want to be on the show or what I could possibly bring out of them to make it worthy. But I've got some ideas.
We were going to have crackhead Gary and homeless Bob.
Yeah, I saw you post that on social media. I'm like, well, Heiser, what are you doing?
Well, I was just saying, it seemed like awesome podcast
No,
guests.
we are going to do some live shows next year. We're going to record live over at Relax.
Maybe.
No, there's no maybe.
Yeah.
Either you're going to set it up and you guys are going to make it work, or I'm going to do it with a handheld cassette tape recorder.
Okay, I'd like to see that.
Okay, here, all intertwined things. You can bring in another guest that we had that was great. We had Aaron Hines.
Aaron was
and
great.
He can
Aaron
bring
was
the
awesome.
antenna, and you can have Aaron help you.
Well, whatever it takes, but we're going to do that, guys. All right. You know what, guys?
Mike Clapper was also
Oh,
a
Mike
good
Clapper,
episode.
yeah.
Great guest.
I love it when we
The
have
voice
like
of Lexington
professional
sports.
audio voice. Skate Ohio, Mike Clapper, Aaron Hines,
One of-
people that just
One of the funniest.
know their way around a microphone.
One of the funniest moments of the year. We had Mike Clapper in here, and we still had Grant Ritchie. And right before we started, Ritchie gives Mike Clapper advice on where to position the microphone. And I looked at Ritchie and I said, "Are you really giving Clapper here, Mr. Audio, advice on how to position him?"
It's like, hey,
Ritchie,
bud, make sure you hold that mic up.
yeah. I looked at him and I said, "Ritchie, get the
Hey,
hell out
pal.
of here." And fortunately, he did. So there.
Oh, playing chess on the podcast was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
chess
you-
bus.
Yeah,
Hey,
chess
boy,
bus.
he carried you for like 7 moves. He could like checkmate
He
you.
was
after
very
3.
impressed with my chess knowledge.
Yeah.
He was like, "Wow, you're really good." I actually kind of was going easy on you, but you know, you,
But
you
then
almost
when
beat
he
me.
focused, you were just crushed.
Because you weren't wearing that hat when you
It
played.
was also podcast. I was also trying to produce a show at
Yeah.
the same time. So
You know what, guys? I want to do a Christmas show. I do. But I want to do it the Newsman Weekly way. So I thought about it over the weekend, and one of the things I came up with is worst Christmas songs of all time. Now, you guys can probably come up with great Christmas songs,
I can
but
come
I'm
up
going to
with a lot
give
of shitty
you
ones.
I'm going to give you my top 5 worst Christmas songs of all time.
ready.
Let's hear it.
And I'm speaking as a grumpy old man who has survived more Christmas seasons than most of these songs deserve. So are you ready?
Ready?
so ready.
Number 5, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Okay, nothing says holiday spirit like a keyboard that sounds like a microwave finishing its cycle.
That's a
Paul McCartney just repeats the same line over and over like he's trying to hypnotize you into joy.
How dare you go after Paul?
I've
That's
had
a bop.
I've had dental drills with more melody. All right, that's number 5.
simply.
All right, number 4, and my wife yelled at me about this yesterday when I went over this list with her because she loves this song. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Okay.
This
That one
song,
kind of gets annoying.
yeah, this song is why children should not be allowed anywhere near recording studios. A kid demanding a hippo like it's a stocking stuffer. You know who doesn't want a hippo? Every parent, every zookeeper in the entire insurance industry.
Yeah. Just another animal that they've made like bears, like
Yeah.
teddy bears. These animals will like
No.
eat your
Where's
baby.
PETA in all
Yeah.
this?
And then
they're
laugh
okay
at
with
you.
this song?
No, I don't. I can't believe.
It's
believe
a
they
good
would
point.
be. All right, number 3, the Christmas shoes. This is not even a Christmas song. It's emotional blackmail with sleigh bells. I'm trying to buy batteries at the hardware store, not confront my own mortality. If your holiday tune requires tissue and grief counseling, you miss the point.
That's a deep one, man.
That's number 3. Number 2, and this was tough for me because I kind of like this, but it's really bad. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
I'm shocked you put this one on here.
Well,
Carl.
it's a cheerful little ditty about Grandma being killed in a hit and run. Everybody's laughing, Grandpa's drinking eggnog, and nobody calls the authorities. In my day, we called that a tragedy, not a goddamn sing-along.
I get what you're going for, but correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that your favorite Christmas song when,
It is.
when we're not doing the show?
It is, but it's horrible. And here, ladies and gentlemen, this one I think we can do by acclamation. The worst Christmas song of all time, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I don't care how high Mariah Carey can hit those notes. I've heard this song so many times, it feels like it's legally required. It truly is. The song that I once loved was Freebird by Leonard Skinner. FM radio killed that. Well, I don't know that I ever liked All I Want for Christmas Is You, but radio and
he
every
did.
music system in the
did a
world
little bit.
has killed it. You know, every year this song starts earlier. Pretty soon it's going to be playing during Halloween. I'm not wanting Christmas anymore after hearing all that crap. I'm wanting silence. And yet every December they crank these songs up because Christmas music isn't about joy. It's about testing the patience of old men in checkout lines who just want their milk, their bread, and 5 blessed minutes without
Milk in their bread.
Yeah, without a synthesis. Oh, and
No
beer.
eggs.
Yeah, well, we've already got the eggs and beer without a synthesizer. So there you have it.
Yeah.
So-
Now, speaking of just songs that are just overplayed and by legends, I mean, you slayed Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5.
Yep.
I
You like that?
can't listen. No.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
Oh, I thought you were saying you loved it.
Terrible.
right.
It just is like no. And another one, Jingle Bell Rock. Can't do it.
Jingle bell,
What's the one we
jingle
were
bell.
just informed about last week by Dwight Yoakam, Carl? Remember, it was about.
yeah. Something about drunk. I don't remember what it was,
But
Dwight,
it was.
talk amongst yourselves because Hayden brings up.
Well,
stuff
it was
that
a
he
good
does-
one.
that he
Hayden,
doesn't
what are
bother to
your
look
what are
up.
your most cringe Christmas songs? Maybe not the worst, just ones that get stuck in your head that you hate.
It's
and-
called "Santa Can't Stay"
Yeah, that was the
by
one.
Dwight Yoakam,
It's another
recorded in
sad one.
1997.
Another sad one.
Yep, very sad.
I mean, you guys have nailed some of the big ones, but honestly, just any song that plays on, and Carl yelled about it, I think, just last week. Any song that plays on the speakers in here from November until Christmas Day that Larry's playing.
Yeah, we need to take control of the Sonos today. We got our Christmas party,
can't.
Christmas Secret Santa. No, it's not. No, I don't
I
want to
can't
not
what?
play
It doesn't
Christmas.
work. The
I don't-
Sonos doesn't. You can't. Hayden couldn't control
Okay,
it.
I don't want to
No,
not
I
play
couldn't.
Christmas music.
I do.
There's so many deep cuts, random.
bad.
I like a good sad Christmas song, honestly. Blue Christmas, it's a
Yeah.
great one.
Yeah,
I
Elvis?
just want one without ads. He doesn't know how to play anything that doesn't have commercials.
Oh, I just you guys and your Christmas songs.
What's a like another deep cut favorite?
Oh.
You know what one of mine is? Christmas Time in Texas by George Strait.
Uh-huh.
You ever
Well,
listen to that one?
Anything by George Strait is
Or
quality.
you know what people say too, whether you're religious or not. I've seen both. A lot of people make TikToks about it. Any religious Christmas song or some of the staples, they get
Oh,
you
Holy
in your
Night.
feels, man.
Yeah.
Whether you believe or not,
Right.
those are
Oh,
some
Holy
movers.
Night's a good
Oh, yeah.
one. Yeah.
We're going to have to wrap up this segment because we do have a special guest coming in. But I do want to tell you what killed me for Christmas music. When I was in high school, a teenager, I was working at a Long John Silver's restaurant in Cambridge, Ohio as a cook. All right. And during Christmas time, which was the day after Thanksgiving through the first of the year, they had a Christmas rotation playing in the store. So you got to listen to Christmas music. And it was roughly a 28-minute loop. Okay, so you heard the same 5 songs.
Say what kind of shift we work in here, like an
Well,
8-hour shift,
yeah,
probably.
8 hours,
Oh.
5 times. You're hearing the same 8 songs twice an hour for 8 hours. I literally wanted to throw myself into a vat of 475-degree oil, or at least stick my head in and sear my ears shut, so I didn't have to hear it anymore.
That's rough.
All right,
That's
let's take a quick
Well,
break.
give us a teaser. What's coming up?
You know
What's
what?
coming up later?
I
People
wasn't-
have have to have a
Yeah,
reason to
all
stick
right.
around.
I wasn't going to have any guests in today because, quite honestly, I didn't want to work that hard. But then I thought, there's an old theater friend of mine. He's not from this country. I want to hear about Christmas traditions where he's from. I want to hear what he thinks about our wacky Christmas traditions. So stay tuned in a few minutes. Steve Russell, the legend, Steve Russell is going to join us for just a few minutes. So, hey, stay with us, folks.
This Christmas and as
Merry
another
Christmas!
round, your eyes
Welcome back
outshine
to the Newsman Weekly. Joining us now is my old friend Steve Russell, star of stage and screen, and the Mansfield Richland County Public Library. Steve, how the hell are you? I am so glad you came in to save the show because these guys are not helping me today.
Well, I'm delighted to be here, Carl. Yeah, and just looking at you, I feel festive already.
Did you say festive or festering?
Well, it could be one of the
Yeah,
other.
festive.
We'll go with festive.
All right, now, Steve. Obviously, if people hear your voice, they realize you're not from Richland County. You're not from Guernsey County.
No.
You might be from a county, but it's not here in the United States. So, talk about a little bit. Tell us about your favorite Christmas memories, growing up in jolly old England, and also tell us the worst.
All right.
Yeah, give us a lowdown.
Well, you're right. I'm not from this county. I'm from the county of Kent, but
Kent.
not.
They have counties over there.
They do. Okay. They do. Yeah. So Kent is just to the southeast of London and goes out to Dover.
The White Cliffs.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So the country's a lot smaller than this one, but the counties are bigger for some reason. So Kent covers quite a bit of distance. Yeah. And my Christmas memories are really centred around the house that my parents bought in 1968, and they still live in to this day. You know, they've never sold up or moved out. So and I actually was back there last Christmas for a week, and it was really nice to be in exactly the same place. I had those childhood memories, you know, when I was 4 years old, 5 years old, and all that kind of thing.
Describe the house.
It's so over here you call it a duplex. Over there they call it a semi-detached. So it's one side of the house. It's in a village called Hextable, which is Hextable. It's a kind of
English towns just sound cooler. You know, I mean, think about it. You have Hextable. You have a county of Kent. Here we have Shelby in the county of Richland. I mean, it just sounds cooler.
But, you know, there's a different kind of romanticism with the American names, you know. And because I used to think kind of the opposite. You know, I remember there was a song, I forget who sang it, but it was like Memories of East Texas or something like that was in the lyrics. And I thought Memories of North Kent just doesn't sound as good somehow, you know. So it depends how you look at it. But so Hextable is actually not that far from London, but it's really just a kind of commuter village for London. And it's actually fairly unique in the UK, is that it's one of maybe just one or two villages that actually has no pub. So
you grew up in a town with no pub?
I know. You meet me today, you wouldn't. Those are my roots.
Is it a dry situation like we have in some counties
it's actually,
over here?
It's not the county. It's just a bylaw that applies specifically to the village. And
your parents have stayed there since 1968. Come on, you're making this up.
No. I mean, and to be fair, you know, it's not very, very big, so you only have to walk a mile or so to the line, you know, and then you're at the pub. So,
so it's just like basically a street without a.
So what do you remember most about waking up or going to bed on Christmas Eve, waking up Christmas morning? How big a deal was it? I mean.
Oh, huge. So, I mean, Christmas is a big deal over here, the whole season, but it seems to be cranked up even further. You know, there's a real kind of obsession and sentimentality about it in England. We don't have Thanksgiving, so everything, you know, is kind of. You kind of split things up.
You go from Halloween to Christmas.
Yeah, or really it's from Guy Fawkes' night to Christmas.
November 5th.
Whose night?
Remember, the 5th of November.
Ah, yes. All right, that's fine.
Anarchy holiday.
So, I mean, there was one of the things I noticed when I came here is that, you know, okay, so Christmas rolls around, but certain things still go on as normal. Nothing goes on in the UK. You know, it's like 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Everything shuts down. You know, the trains stop running.
Bob Cratchit gets to go home.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and he's got nowhere else to go. No. You know, because it's like gas stations is about it. You know,
I mean, here in the States, you can still get a gas station roller hot dog at 4 a.m. on Christmas morning. Don't ask me how I know that. I'm just saying it.
Well, you know, you can go. You're in New York. You can still go and see a Broadway play. You know, all of these things are still going on. You know,
not in Hextable.
No. Well, same as the other 364 days. Yeah,
that's how it should be.
And you know, even just little things. It sounds kind of silly, but you know, it's like. In the Christmas week over here, you still got regular shows going on. It's like everything on the TV seems to be like Christmas themed over there. Now, at this point, I'm going to make a disclaimer.
Yes.
Because I've lived in the US for 25 years now.
Yes.
So I'm really, I cannot claim to be an expert, you know, on the current setup in the UK.
Right, well,
I'm a time capsule.
You don't have to say that.
I've lived in the United States for 64 years, and I can't claim to be an expert on anything the hell that goes on in this country. All right, because I got no idea. It changes from minute to minute, second to second, hour by hour. But
well, Huno and I are going to shut down for Christmas and really take time to reflect and focus on the things that matter. Hayden will be working.
I'll be rotting away
reporting
here.
The news.
Not taking his son to the Tiny Tim shop to let him pick out Christmas presents.
I'll be home, buddy. I'll be home tonight. Dad, it's Christmas.
Wow.
Now,
that is not how we'll go.
What was your favorite Christmas gift as a young lad in Hextable?
Well, my favourite Christmas gifts were kind of the ones that my parents dreaded, because they were always going to be something that involved electronics or, some kind of, early days of computing technology, which was almost guaranteed to break by lunchtime, and all the tears and tantrums and everything else that goes with that. But things like computer Battleship. I don't know if you remember that with all
You
the...
sank my battleship.
Yeah.
I'm so old. My dad had taught me how to play that game because he was in the Navy and he thought it was cool. But he did it by drawing lines on legal pads. He would make a grid on this legal pad, and then you had to figure out maybe a 4-hole ship, a 3-hole ship, and you placed them, and then you just went back and forth. So I played Battleship before I ever had the damn game.
And you never really got the game. You just always had to use them.
No, I think he got it one, but we kind of stuck with the legal pad. I think he cheated.
So that's one of those things you can kind of curmudgeon about now. Oh, you kids with your
your
computer
fancy
battleships.
Yeah. I got a legal pad and a pencil.
I did it on a legal pad and pencil in cursive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is,
Did it in the snow.
We had to sharpen the pencil with a knife.
well, actually, I did it in pencil the first couple of times we played, and I think I won, and I think he realized I was using the eraser, so we switched to pen. Because he couldn't prove that I erased and moved my battleship 4 grids over, Yeah. He's like, well, wait a second. I hit it 3 times. There's only 1 spot left, and you tell me it's a miss? Well, yeah, you're cheating. So, yeah. Cheating my old man a battleship. Now, what was the worst? What's the worst Christmas gift you can remember?
Well, see, they've just been lost in the mists of time,
Yeah.
I don't remember ever really being disappointed. But I used to... I'll tell you one I was really excited about, and this is almost embarrassed to admit to, because I was probably about 16 or 17 at this point, so I wasn't young. But one of the presents I knew I was going to be getting was a VHS copy of Evil Dead 2.
Oh.
And I was so excited about it that I just could not wait, and I started this campaign whenever the house was empty of searching from top to bottom to find it. And then I made a pirate copy of my own present, and then meticulously put it back where it was, so it could be wrapped and delivered on Christmas Day, which took the fun out of it. But I just couldn't help myself.
Now, did your parents ever figure out what you had done? No. So to this day, until they listen to this show, they don't
That's
know.
Correct. They might have known you just not cared.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, they didn't.
I wanted you to think you got away with something.
Yeah.
Got one over on them. But, that just reminds me. I've been watching, again, going back on Netflix, because I really can't stand most holiday movies. Right. So I've been watching, like, Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I just rewatched the scene where Saul screwed over his brother Chuck by cutting the legal documents and screwing it all up so Chuck thinks he's lost his mind and losing it. I mean, that's holidays for me.
Yeah.
dark and twisted.
Yeah, dark and twisted, making your family think they're crazy and losing their mind and costing them jobs, and I mean that's ho holidays right there, folks.
Well, let me ask you. So you say you don't like holiday movies. Now, does this apply to all? Have you got any that you like, or is it a general dislike? Is it modern ones?
I'm bothered, first of all, and I guess I shouldn't say just movies. I'm bothered by Christmas shows. One of the things I saw again the other day, and I was going to talk about this later, but you know what? I'm going to bring it up now. It just came on again the other day, Frosty the Snowman. So let's talk about that for a minute. The most poorly planned life form in Christmas history. He's brought to life by a magic hat. He runs through town with unsupervised children. That's not jolly. That's a police report. I mean, Frosty's big dream is going to the beach. My God, man, you're a snowman. It's not vacation, it's suicide. Magician steals his hat, and he instantly collapses. Well, this is how I go. Sir, you're one accessory away from death. You got to protect it. Every year he melts, comes back, and melts again. A heartwarming cartoon that's also a cautionary tale about horrible decision-making. Merry Christmas, Frosty. That's the kind of stuff that I got to deal with in my life. But
you know what? There's a kind of appeal, though, of that, here today, gone tomorrow thing. It's almost like Frosty is kind of like a Snapchat post or something. There's nothing around for posterity, to embarrass you. He's gone.
You're a puddle again. I know. I mean, what's your favorite Christmas movie? And then I'll tell you some of my worst Christmas movies.
I'm going to go with the 1951 Christmas Carol with Alastair Sim. For some reason, it was called Scrooge in the UK and A Christmas Carol here. I don't know why that matters, but to me, that is the classic version of A Christmas Carol on film, and it gets me every time because I do feel sorry for Scrooge. You know, I think it's such a.
So do I. I'm rooting for him to win. You know, crush the soul out of the opposition and win. Instead, what happens at the end? Tell us the part that gets you at the end.
Well, it's not. See, here's the thing: it's not the end. Well, it does. I mean, obviously, you know, that's what it's all leading up to, and that's important. But the bit that gets me is when he first starts. It's the Ghost of Christmas Past. When he's there looking at his what he was and what he lost, and that's when you realise, you know, he hasn't always been this, you know, ghastly curmudgeon, you know.
Yeah, I think I've always been that. If I ever had the Ghost of Christmas Past, it'd be like me when I was 18, and I'm like still yelling at kids. You know, it never changes. It
would be, you know, I just imagine that dramatised in the same way they did with Jerry Stiller and made him play like the teenage version of himself.
Exactly.
You've got the beard and everything.
Yeah,
you know?
I think I pretty much came out of the womb with this goatee. You know? But that is a classic Christmas movie. What's the worst Christmas movie you've ever seen?
Well, see, the thing is, it's like it would have to be. I can't think of the names, but you know, the kind of Hallmark dross.
Oh yeah, any Hallmark
kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
you know, that's just interchangeable.
You know, they need to do away with the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
Every movie's the same.
It's not for me. It's not for me. You know, but
how do they keep Are they all just AI now?
Yeah, I think they
how do they have
Could
budget
be.
for that?
Might be better if they were.
I mean, it is a cottage industry that keeps a lot of crappy actors and writers working. I'll at least give it that.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's watching this crap.
Yeah. I mean, they've got it. You're right. I mean, as far as AI goes, they've got to be the first things to tumble, right? I mean.
You know, I did think about some of the worst Christmas movies, and before anybody gets mad, I'm not saying you can't love these movies, okay? I'm just saying you love them the way people like me love gas station hot dogs. All right, number 5, worst 5 Christmas movies of all time. Number 5, Christmas with the Cranks. That movie asks important questions. What if your neighbors were a cult? These people lose their minds because one family doesn't put up Frosty the Snowman. There's public shaming, harassment, and a full-blown mob. At no point does the FBI get involved, which seems very unrealistic to me. That's number 5. Number 4, and this is tough because I liked the first one of these, but the Santa Claus 3. By the third movie, Tim Allen has committed so many North Pole crimes, he should be on some sort of a watch list. Jack Frost shows up, played by Martin Short, at a volume normally reserved for fire alarms. The elves are CGI nightmares. The plot makes you miss the legal realism of the first one where a man accidentally kills Santa. It's like, okay, I guess I'm Santa now. That's number 4.
Once you get to a third of anything, right, it gets tough.
Yeah,
it
Home
gets
Alone
tough.
3.
I don't know, Rocky 3.
Well, okay, there's exceptions.
Well, Quentin Tarantino says, you know, that's the perfect trilogy, although they kind of spoiled it by making more. Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
You know, Quentin Tarantino needs to make a good Christmas movie.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, wasn't that a little Christmassy?
I mean, there's Christmas. That's almost like, what's the movie with Bruce Willis?
Die Hard.
Yeah, that's not.
Or Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, not a Christmas movie.
Here's my test for that, by the way, is, you know, is it a Christmas movie or not? You know, does it feel wrong to watch it at another time of the year?
It's a good test.
Is it you know, if it does, then
right.
it's probably a Christmas movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very good test.
That is good.
All right. Number 3 of the worst Christmas movies ever, Jingle All the Way.
Oh, no.
Arnold Schwarzenegger nearly destroys the city trying to buy a toy.
Yeah.
There's a bomb threat, illegal Santa flights, and Sinbad screams for 2 straight hours. The moral is supposed to be presents over presents, but it sure takes a lot of felony-level behavior to get there.
That's actually in my top 5.
Of course
I
it is.
just think the acting is incredible.
Of course
Arnold
it is.
and Sinbad, they should have won awards for that.
Sinbad should never win an award. Steve?
Schwarzenegger, see, then this is interesting territory because then you're getting into it's so bad. He's acting. No one claims that Arnie is a good actor, but he's very, for some reason, he's very compelling to watch. You know,
I will say this: he is without a doubt, over the lifespan of his acting career, the most improved actor of all time. Because if you go back to his very first film, where he didn't even speak, and when he did, it wasn't English.
It was Hercules, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a long way to Kindergarten Cop. I mean, it's just. All right, number 2 of the all-time worst Christmas movies, Deck the Halls. Movies about Christmas decorations, which sounds harmless until Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito turn it into a psychological thriller. Entire neighborhoods are blacked out, marriages are tested, children are traumatized by wattage. You would think I would like this movie.
Yeah, you would.
At one point, you realize no one in this movie likes Christmas. They just hate each other. That's Deck the Halls.
Okay.
All right, in the worst Christmas movie ever made, I doubt anybody is here that's actually seen it. It was Kurt Cameron, called Saving Christmas. This movie stars Cameron lecturing a party for 90 minutes about why Christmas is actually great if you just listen hard enough. There's no plot. There's no conflict. It's basically a PowerPoint in sweater form. Ooh. Watching it feels less like a movie and more like being trapped next to a guy on a plane who really, really, really wants to talk about Jesus and capitalism. And yet, every December, these movies come back because Christmas is not about quality. It's about tradition, questionable choices, and yelling, "This is terrible," while watching the whole damn thing anyway.
True. You know, there's one, I can't think of the name of it, but I'm sure it was, I think it had Dudley Moore as an elf. I could be wrong.
I think I mean, Dudley Moore was so short, he played an elf in a lot of movies, including Arthur, which was my favorite Dudley Moore movie of all time.
Well, the thing is, the favorite Dudley Moore movie of all time.
Santa Claus, the movie?
That's it. That's
is it?
Yeah.
Right.
And I can't remember the specifics of it, but the thing is with Dudley Moore, he did 10 and he did Arthur in terms of films.
Yes.
You know, this was his big Hollywood breakout. He'd been a successful comedian in the UK before.
Hilarious.
But none of the films he ever did after that were really any good. No. And yet he was allowed to continue making them for about 20 years, purely on the strength of 10 and Arthur.
I mean, I covered the John Boyle murder thing back in 1990. Haven't really done anything with value since then. But that story's got me going to 35 years later, almost 36 years later. So now, I think probably my favorite Christmas movie was Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Yeah,
and,
great one.
You know, just because it came out at a time when I still had 3 kids at home and was dealing with a lot of stuff, and I just related. You know, there's the scene where he's like watching the home movies when he gets trapped in the attic, and he's kind of tearing up. And usually by that time in the movie, I've had 2 or 3 bourbons, and I'm like, I can kind of relate.
Trying to make
it.
the perfect Christmas.
Yeah, you know, and it just never really is, and just a classic.
So quotable.
Oh yeah. We're on the threshold of hell. I mean, that's
how many Christmas Vacation sequels did they do?
Did they ever make a sequel to
I thought
Christmas
they did.
Vacation?
I think they made a second.
Well,
maybe
there was Vacation. There was European Vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
So in a way, it was already a kind of sequel.
Yeah. And then people realized that Chevy Chase is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with as an actor. So like, we're not going to do this anymore. You know, when Bill Murray doesn't like you, you can't be very likable.
Yeah.
Didn't Bill Murray do a Christmas movie?
Scrooged.
Yeah, he did Scrooge.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good
movie. You guys got any good Christmas movies?
There does need to be some new, better Christmas movies. I don't if you look at the top list, they're all from the 1940s, 50s. Like, there hasn't been a good Christmas movie. I mean, Jingle All the Way, aside from Jingle All the Way, there really hasn't been a great Christmas movie in modern times.
Bad Santa.
Yes.
2000s, Billy Bob
yeah.
Thornton.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Elf. People love Elf.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I was surprised Carl didn't ridicule that one. That seems like the kind of movie you would despise.
What?
Elf.
Elf? Well, yeah, I mean.
So holly and jolly. And
I mean, that's too easy. I had to dig back and to find some nobody's watched. Anything with Kurt Cameron's just horrible.
I know it has a lot of fans. I actually can't bring myself to watch Elf. It's just there's something about. I know it's.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it. It just seems so aggressively cheery. I can't really put it down without watching it. But and it's funny. Even apparently during the filming, James Caan was really irritated by Will Ferrell, thinking this guy's just going over the top. You know,
I'm irritated by Will Ferrell.
You know what my kids watch, like Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
You guys ever see that one?
No.
Yes.
I like Kurt Russell.
Actually, Kurt Russell plays a great Santa. I'd say that's a top 5 Santa that I've seen in a movie.
You know who's the best Santa? And I've only
Besides
seen,
you.
well, other than me. Yeah. And I don't know if he's ever done it in a film, but he does commercials, is John Travolta.
Oh, really?
Those commercials he does with the Saturday Staying Alive as he's walking and he's reenacting the scene where I forget the character he played in that movie is walking along. Yeah.
I did not know that about
You guys
John.
have not seen that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, it's classic. But
I think that brings us closer to our Tarantino Christmas. I'm starting
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
the idea of how this might look.
exactly. It'd be like a scene. What was not Kill Bill?
Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, there's
Pulp
another
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It would be just that.
Who would
Say-
need to be cast? in
Say
this?
Merry Christmas one more time.
Who needs cast in this, Carl? Who's your dream cast?
Samuel
for
L.
it?
Jackson's holding like mistletoe to the side of your
Yeah.
head. And say Merry Christmas. You know, the other thing was on the other night. Were you a fan when you were a kid? Was it on in England, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you like
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Well, I haven't really gone back and revisited it much as an adult.
I saw it the other day, and I just, here's the thing about Rudolph. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the entire North Pole bullied this kid for years. And then one foggy night, hey, buddy, we all love you. You're the employee of the month.
Right.
He wasn't a hero. He was a walking LED headlight. Santa didn't care about courage or character. He saw a built-in fog lamp. He slapped him on the front of the sleigh like a AAA upgrade. All those other reindeer, one night earlier they're laughing at him. Next night they're singing his name like they weren't absolute jerks the day before. That's not redemption. That's a group HR email. The real lesson of Rudolph isn't be yourself. It's hang on to your flaws. Capitalism might need them later. That's my thought about Rudolph.
Hayden's our Rudolph.
Just
He's
saying.
been
Wow.
wearing the hat today.
Yeah.
Relatable.
He guides this show.
Can we get you a red nose? Now, I know, Steve, you're a book person. You're around a lot of books every day.
Indeed, I
I
am.
mean, you're not a librarian. You help people, technology-wise,
That's
improve themselves, get jobs, stay gainfully employed,
That's it.
pay their taxes. But you're obviously somebody that's been around a lot of books. Talk to me about your favorite holiday books. Christmas, New Year.
There's a few stories in Washington Irving's collections. Sleepy Hollow. I mean, it's not really a. Is that a Christmas? Is that?
It's more. Isn't that more Halloween? Larry, by the way, our boss, Larry Phillips, went to. Where was that based? The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. He went.
Connecticut somewhere?
Yeah, Larry went and visited that. They stayed overnight or a couple of nights.
Oh, that would be cool.
I don't know. I don't like headless guys.
But the Sleepy
York.
Hollow wasn't really the one that. I mean, that's obviously the big one. But in his stories, he's also got descriptions of Christmas Eve in England, and he goes over the traditions and everything else. And this predates Dickens. 'Cause,
Okay.
This is going back to the 1700s. So that is really nice to read, and it's quite short. So I often read those on Christmas. And but Dickens is got to be the main one. And every December, I actually didn't read a lot of Dickens growing up in England, apart from A Christmas Carol.
No man's a hero in his hometown.
Yeah. Is that your slogan?
No, it's not mine. But I haven't really had an original thought in 40 years. But I remember enough other people's things that I get to say them. So,
That counts. That
so
counts.
growing up, you weren't a huge fan of Dickens.
It wasn't that I wasn't a huge fan, but for some reason I never got around to reading him. And then when I don't know what it was, but it seemed like almost immediately when I came to America, I thought, well, I've got to start reading Dickens. It was almost as if, I
You felt like people were going to ask you questions about
I know.
Dickens, and you
Well,
had to be ready.
I know. I let myself down as an Englishman in so many ways, right? It's like I'm useless at darts. I don't know the rules of cricket. There's just one thing after
But you
another.
know a good pub when you see one.
I do.
Yeah, but
that's
not in
what
Hextable.
matters. Well, exactly.
in
Yes,
Hextable.
exactly. So I started. I came here in 2000, and I started with the Pickwick Papers, and so pretty much every December I read another Dickens novel, and I kind of work my way through. Now, of course, they're not all Christmas stories, of course, but there's just something about Dickens that seems appropriate around Christmas. So I've got almost all the way through the novels. It's taken me 25 years. I don't do it every December, so I'm doing Hard Times this year.
Hard time.
I'm almost at the end. I've got Little Dorrit and Our Mutual Friend, and then I will have done all of them.
See, when I was a kid and was living, as these guys know, in South Georgia, we didn't know from Dickens. We didn't know from anything. But my parents, for some reason, must have been my mother, she knew I liked to read. So she got me this card game, board game type thing. And I think it was just called Authors. And it was famous authors in a card deck. And you had to get matches. But that's why I learned the names of Rudyard Kipling. And who wrote The Scarlet Letter?
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Nathaniel Hawthorne. And that's how I learned. I mean, I wasn't reading the books because, I was living in Georgia. We didn't have books. We had wrestling and stock car racing. But that's
Good
where I
read.
learned the names of these authors, was playing this card game. And then later when I got older and realized there actually were books that these guys had written.
You could sound smart.
You learned how to read.
Yeah, I learned how to read.
Yeah.
I learned how to read and write in the 2nd grade, and then I moved on to other things. That's what Bobby Knight said.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas was a book by Dr. Seuss
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
in the 1950s,
Better-
before all the Grinch movies, and it was
Better movie by Jim Carrey. I read a fascinating story over the weekend talking about Jim Carrey and Grinch.
Tell us.
The gentleman who founded SEAL Team 6, Marchenko was his last name. Jim Carrey was freaking out about the costume that he had to wear and the makeup. When they first started filming, it took 8 hours to get all the makeup on so he could play the Grinch. And he's freaking out inside of this stuff. So they brought in Marchenko because he's having panic attacks. Like he's freaking out in his trailer. I got to, They eventually shortened the amount of time it took to get the makeup all on, but they brought in Marchenko, who taught him how to deal with like you're a hostage and a prisoner, how to survive that.
Right.
And that calmed his anxiety attacks, his panic attacks. And he credits, it was an interview he did, he credits Dick Marchenko of SEAL Team 6 with helping him learn how to survive being a captive inside this damn Grinch costume.
And this Christmas.
Oh, I can't even imagine the claustrophobia. Yeah, I mean, you took some of these makeup, routines 5-6 hours before you even start. Longer.
Yeah.
There's, I've already mentioned Evil Dead 2, but in the original, the Evil Dead, there was a scene where this kind of like spidery crawl of veins appears on this woman's ankle, and they did it. So this is how basic the effects were. When they were making that movie, was that they just did it. Frame by frame, adding little painted on extra bits to the little veins, and it took many hours, and the actress couldn't move for 2 seconds of footage, so she had to say stock still while they're adding a little bit of veins and filming it, and she did it, and as soon as they were done she just leant over and vomited. It was just
Now that's a Christmas story, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You leant over and vomited.
Carl, you've had your share of
Vomiting.
Vomiting, yeah, that too.
But
Well,
when
we
you
did-
were in the haunted prison, right? You had to get quite a bit of.
Well, the worst I had was when Bob
Costuming.
Kurtzman was filming The Rage back
That's
in the
what it
90s.
was,
Back in the
yes.
90s, I played a squib-headed freak inside a cage with my friend Matt Jerems, who's also from England. In fact, has gone back to England. He didn't want to, but his visa expired and bad things happened, and they said, Matt, you have to go home now. In fact, you can't ever come back. So Matt's back in jolly old England. Great photographer, by the way. But anyway.
how many hours of makeup to be a squib-headed freak?
Well, it took 3 hours in the morning to get it on, and then 2 hours at night to get it off. And we did it for 3 straight days. So I'd roll in. They were filming in Crestline in Bob's old studio over there. We'd get there at like 4 or 5 a.m., 3 hours sitting in the chair to get all the prosthetic crap on. And then you'd film till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then 2 hours to strip it all off, go home and come back. The hard part for me was it completely covered up my left eye, and I couldn't wear my glasses. So I had no depth perception, and I couldn't see anyway. And I'm stuck inside this cage. But yeah, I learned a lot about movie making, and what I learned most is I don't think I could do that as a living.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to do it on stage because you only have to do, you do it live. There's no such thing as a retake, but you only do it, and then you're done for the night. I mean, there's no, okay, back to one. Okay, let's do this again. And, just...
Having to stay still when you don't want to stay still is a trial, I mean, think of a cat, by the way, that will happily sit around.
Hey, Steve, pull the mic a little.
Oh, sorry, I'm leaning. Look at that. What an amateur. I'm
That's
leaning
what
all
I
over
do.
the
That's
place,
what I
yeah.
do.
But
A cat.
But just the example of a cat that will happily sit in the same place, but if you try and restrain it, it's the last thing it possibly wants to do. I'll tell you a little Christmas story about feeling constrained that just popped into my mind.
Yes.
I was going to go and get my hair cut. I think it was a Christmas Eve, and I still had a full head of hair at that time. And on the way to the barber's, I bumped into someone I knew, and we went to the pub. And several pints later, I thought, well, I'm still going to go and get my hair cut.
Oh, that's a mistake.
And so from that day to this, it was like, getting drunk and then getting a haircut is a miserable, miserable thing to do. To have to just sit there in that chair, oh, God.
Ramble on.
like 4 hours.
That's the kind of mistake, certain kinds of mistakes you only make once.
See, I could do that because now with my head of hair, when I go in, the last time I went in, the woman that was doing it, she goes, well, this is kind of like pruning a dead tree, isn't it? And I'm like, well, that's not very nice. I mean, it's accurate, but it's not very
No
nice.
tip.
Now, before we do get out of here, Steve, I got to ask you, we are eventually, by the time this show comes back, we're going to be into January, New Year's resolutions. Are you a New Year's resolution maker? Do you keep them? Do you break them? If you do, what do you got planned for 2026?
You know, I kind of gave up on New Year's resolutions, just because I never kept them, and it was just kind of a gearing up to dismal failure every year.
It's not a good way to start the year. Yeah.
And the thing was, even though I would inevitably fail at the New Year's resolution, I would use the fact that I was making a New Year's resolution to kind of get into as many bad habits as possible in the last couple of months of the year. I'm going to start cleanly on January 1st, so I can indulge in everything I want, and that lasts about 3 days. So, you just made things worse.
Oh, yeah, I always tell myself, my New Year's resolution for January is I'm going to be sober. So that means I can spend November and December just hammered to the bejesus. Because come January, I'm going to be sober. It's never really worked out that well.
Exactly.
I just end up with a hangover.
And you got to drink on January 1st. They got football on. It's like let's start on January 2nd.
I mean, I'm not I'm not a New Year's drinker. I'm not a New Year's Eve drinker. To me, that's like amateur night. Yeah. It's filled with people who don't drink during the year, but on New Year's Eve they're like, yeah, let's go. No.
I've done a complete 180 on that over the years. I used to be out there.
Oh, yeah.
This is a great night for a party, and now, let me tell you how grim it's got. Is I was watching the one of these New Year's Eve shows with my wife, and there was some band that came on from my youth, and I decided to get up and start dancing in front of the TV. Almost instantly put my back out. This is at home, and I got no sympathy from the wife.
No.
She's just like, I remember her exact words. She said, "Is this where we are now?
Yeah.
Is this where we are?"
All right, folks, please. Steve, thank you very much for taking time to be with us today, for taking
pleasure.
A wonderful day and ruining it for yourself by coming in and dealing with us and
can only
rehashing.
Get better from here.
Yeah, the rest of the day and the week and the holiday season has to be brighter for you. But, folks, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have a whole bunch of folks from Source Media. They'd rather talk than work, and apparently I'm going to allow that today. So we invited them to wander in aimlessly because that's what they do best. So please, stay with us. Steve, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, welcome back to the Newsman Weekly podcast. We will have a string of Christmas elves joining us today. Right at the moment, we have the entire staff of the Ashland Source. We have Dylan Carr, and we have Taylor. I'm going to mispronounce this because I come close every time. Henninger.
That's right.
Hey, look at that.
Just like it's spelled.
You know what? I haven't even started drinking your Buffalo whiskey, whatever it is.
Hey, now.
That's sorry.
Let's keep that on the DL.
Don't tell anybody.
Edit that out.
Now, we are going to have some folks coming in and out of the office. Just wanted to give everybody on the staff a chance if they wanted to come in and say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, go to hell. I mean, whatever the holiday mood strikes them. Guys, welcome to the Newsman Weekly.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect yet. But.
Well, neither do I. I'm completely unscripted, which is unusual for me. But I got to tell you, that hat and that wraparound balls thing, that's a good look.
I've always wanted wraparound balls.
Yeah.
My dream came true this
apparently
morning.
The PG version of the Newsman Weekly is now over. We've slipped into the R-rated, so parents, check your children's ears.
You can see Dylan's balls you on our YouTube channel.
Yes, you can.
Yep.
Just
dangling from my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, Taylor, you do not have any balls hanging around your neck.
Not today.
But you do have a Christmas sweater. Please share it with us.
Oh, yes. This is my Tito's Christmas sweater. It says, let it pour, let it pour, let it pour.
And,
wow.
And it has snowflakes and cocktail glasses and paw prints, which I thought you would really appreciate, Carl.
I am big into paw prints.
It's Brown's colors, too.
I was actually thinking it's Bengals colors because there's no brown, it's black.
We're not.
No.
The NFL season ended yesterday, so we're not talking about the NFL. Sorry, you didn't get the memo.
That's crazy because, we always talk about the NFL. And
we're not talking. I told you the season ended.
No,
ended.
We're not going to let that happen, but let's not get derailed.
Packers season ended, therefore football season ended. All right, you guys, I need to hear when you were a kid growing up, a lot of people want to talk about their favorite Christmas day, Christmas season memories. That's not what we do here.
Okay.
All right, I want you to think back, and I want you to think about the most disappointing, the worst, the oh my God, I can't believe that just happened at Christmas memories. So think about that for a minute.
Mm-hmm. I'm stewing.
Okay, Zach, do you have one while they're thinking?
Worst?
Worst.
Here, let's go. You go first.
No, you go.
Oh.
Well, I mean, probably the Christmas after my dad died. It was
Wow.
Jeez.
You know,
Bah humbug.
here I am thinking that you didn't get the present you wanted, and you go right to the dying father story.
Yeah.
Dear God in heaven, no wonder
I've
nobody
got
listened.
nothing to follow that.
Yeah, I don't
respect
know
that.
how we can follow
That's
that.
it.
How
Merry
about you
Christmas,
guys?
everybody.
How about
Good
you
night.
guys? Hey, I like a good sad Christmas song, as I said before. So, no, it's okay. We're all fine.
Okay, Hayden, you got something?
Come on, Hayden.
No, I can't go next. I just said.
You got something. I mean, it's not a death of a relative, but give us something. Bad Christmas.
Lighten the mood.
Yeah, come back with a little something.
Well, I mean, as a kid whose parents divorced really young, I could come up with some dark ones, but I mean,
God.
Okay, so far we've got dying dads.
yeah,
and
first
divorcing
Christmas when my
parents.
dad wasn't home.
You're all going to hell. I'm sorry.
So I told this story actually to Taylor recently. We one Christmas were surprised because there was a knock at our garage door, like coming into the house. Our garage was attached, and so we were on the kitchen, and we go to the door and see a box, and it was like tattered and kind of ripped, and we look inside of it, and there are two eyes looking up at us. Someone had dropped off a black kitten just for Christmas, you know? And so we were like, well, we can't kick it out, but we've also never been cat owners. But so my parents decided to take it in and take care of it, at least through the holiday. I'm not sure what happened to that cat, but
I'm looking. I'm looking it up now.
Your parents know.
they know, yeah. We named it Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
It was not like P-trained or anything. I'm pretty sure that year we had a live Christmas tree. I think it was the last time we had a live Christmas tree because the cat climbed through the branches and drank the water and peed everywhere. So that was an interesting time.
Taylor, you got something?
I can't say that I ever had a bad Christmas. I was really thinking when I was in second grade, we went to Florida for Christmas because my grandma had a house there, and I thought that was the end of the world not having an Ohio Christmas. I look back, a Florida Christmas was perfectly fine, and I should have just been happy to be in Florida. But that's all I can think of.
You know, I grew up in South Georgia, where Christmas morning wasn't about snow or magic. It was about humidity and disappointment.
Right.
You'd wake up early, run to the tree, start negotiating expectations. Big box, socks, long box, belt, clothes you could grow into, which means you wouldn't fit them until college. One year I asked for a bike and a helmet. No bike, just the helmet. That's not a gift, that's a warning. Santa apparently stopped at the clearance aisle and breakfast didn't help. Cold sausage, biscuits, orange juice, acidic enough to peel paint, and adults saying, "You should just be grateful."
Well, it's true.
Which is code for the gifts are bad. And forget snow. It was 80 degrees, mosquitoes everywhere, and you're sweating in a Christmas sweater, watching TV shows about winter wonderlands while gnats circle your head.
I'll remind you about that next time you complain about the cold.
Yeah. By noon, Dad's asleep in the recliner. Well, maybe not yours. He apparently passed away. but-
Right.
Jeez.
Mom's talking about taking
Jeez.
decorations down, not yours. They're apparently getting divorced. And you're outside in short sleeves wearing church pants. You're not allowed to get dirty. That's the South Georgia Christmas. Lower your expectations, expect socks, and never trust Santa to bring the damn bike. How about that for Christmas?
Always bringing the Grinch
Man.
energy, Carl.
Well,
Here, take my shirt.
yeah, you didn't hear the beginning of the show when I was going over the worst Christmas movie, Christmas song list. So, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
It's really hard to beat Christmas Vacation. It's just so funny.
Yeah, see, we talked about that. That's good.
Christmas Vacation's good.
Yeah. What's your least favorite Christmas movie?
Well, my favorite, I would have to say Home Alone.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And
The
the second
original.
one is good too.
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first,
The third one is not.
The third one is not.
And apparently there was a fourth one.
And a sixth. It goes
my
all the way
God.
up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That's not Home Alone. That's College.
Yeah.
That's just,
The mom gets a pass on the first one, I think. It's like, it's like, oh man, what she left her kid, but when you rewatch it, but the second time, no. You can't do it again.
You know who the unsung hero of that movie was?
John Candy.
John Candy.
John Candy.
John Candy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just saw a special about John Candy, and apparently most of the stuff that he said in that, he just kind of ad-libbed.
I can't. Yeah. John Candy was great.
Oh, he's a legend. I mean,
one of the movies that I really like around this time of year. It's not a Christmas movie, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
yes,
I think it's Thanksgiving.
he and
but
Steve Martin.
I cried. I was laughing so hard the first time I saw the scene where they're going down the highway the wrong way.
Mhm.
The car just is totally annihilated by a cigarette that
Yes.
John Candy throws out.
Yeah.
I love that scene, but anyway.
John Candy's probably before your time, Taylor. Do you know who John Candy was?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Your assignment over Christmas is to watch the movie that Dylan just talked about.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay.
You have to find it. If nothing else, for the scene in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Also,
where,
Cool Runnings.
Yeah, Cool Runnings. That was a good movie. But yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is almost a Christmas kind of movie because there is some Christmas in it. Unlike Cool Runnings, which is about a Jamaican bobsled team.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Which
Still a
has
great
winter in
film.
it because they have to take the
Mhm.
bobsled team down. But all right, let's talk about Ashland's Source. One of the things we're coming up is the new year. So resolutions about things that you would like to see Ashland's elected officials resolve to do better in 2026.
Oh.
Could be a county commissioner, could be a sheriff, could be the mayor, the mayor's wife over in Ashland, because she's also is an elected official. In fact, she outranks him, but that's a whole nother story.
Miller time.
Miller time. So what do you guys got for resolutions for public officials in Ashland and the county of Ashland?
Well, it dates back a few months, but City Council passed an ordinance. I can't remember which month it was, but it essentially does not allow them anymore to guarantee tax abatements and incentives to businesses that want to come in and build. For a while, they had this very generous ordinance that basically guaranteed the city give tax abatements to developers because they needed housing. They needed new businesses to come in, and it worked. Amazon is there. They've got all this, the pump house
The
building.
Pump House. That's just a great name. I just love it. Every time you write a story about the Pump House, I just get all giddy.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
a great name.
So we'll see if that actually happens. It seems like they really like giving tax incentives, but at the expense of the school district that does not get property tax revenue for, in the Pump House office building case, like 10 years, 100% property tax free.
Yeah.
So.
See, the city of Mansfield at City Council on Tuesday night is going to do a TIF, which is a kind of tax break for a business or developer that's built a tractor supplies. What's a TSC? Tractor Supply. Yeah, Tractor Supply Company in a Five Below down on Possum Run Road.
Okay.
Now, if you've ever driven down Possum Run Road on your way to Walmart or Snow Trails, you realize that's not a very wide road. So the city is going to grant a TIF, which is 75% for 10 years, but the company still pays those taxes, but it goes into a fund that the city can use to widen and improve that road. So the city of Mansfield has never done a TIF before. Ontario has. Mansfield has not. So, yeah, but they'll be able to maybe raise about $500,000 to put in at least a turn lane. So when you're going to Snow Trails, you
He's
can get
yawning
there.
over there.
Wow.
You accuse me of bringing the show down, and it's like, oh, there's a tiff.
Well, we can talk about TIFs. We can talk about dead parents.
Dead family over the holidays. It's a tough time,
All right.
for a lot of people out there. And,
apparently, yeah.
I'm with you, though.
All right.
We all are.
Taylor, what do you got for resolutions for somebody in Ashland?
I'm just thinking I need an Ashland resident to come and bring the chicken debate to Ashland. I think that would make for really quite a fun time. That's what I would like to see.
Okay.
You really think Matt Miller's going to entertain the backyard chicken debate?
I think he would at least entertain it for sure.
Oh,
yeah. He would. He would love to hear what anyone has
He
to
loves
say
a
about.
spirited debate.
Exactly.
Does he really? When's the last time there was a spirited debate?
The last time
at
there was
Ashland
a
City Council?
spirited debate was when City Council decided to update its ordinance on it's like keeping boats and RVs in one's yard.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be they could leave this boat or whatever in their driveway, and now under the current law they have to put it in their backyard for a certain amount of time. I can't remember exactly.
That was a spirited debate?
People flocked
I
in
believe
from
it.
the city because
Yeah.
they saw this as their rights being stripped away and their freedom
We don't
to
need
do what they please on their property.
We don't need no stinking zoning. You know, zoning is communism.
We don't need
You know?
no stinking zoning.
It's like driving up Ashland Road through Madison Township. There is no zoning. Okay, it goes bar, restaurant, bar,
House.
church,
School.
bar, strip club. I mean, it's just
It's America right there.
And it's actually exactly right. Don't tell me what to do on my
Don't
property.
tell me what to do.
That's right. That's how we're
Don't tread on me.
All right. So, do you guys have any big plans for the holidays?
No, I don't.
Are either of you working? Because we apparently, Heiser and I are both leaving after this week. Hayden's going to continue working. Are you guys working over the holidays?
No.
I am. I only got 2 days of vacation time, guys. So
Yeah, I'll come in.
I'm gonna be really lonely, I think.
Oh,
Be holding it down because people like Carl steal all the vacation time.
Yeah, pretty much
sucking up
that.
vacation time.
Does anyone do you need a place to go on Christmas? I mean,
No, I'm gonna go home. Like I have the 2 days I had off. I used for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So I will be going back home to Cincinnati for that.
good.
All right, as I promised, it's just going to be a day where people wander in and out, and we are now joined suddenly, unexpectedly, but happily by Leah Gasoris. Leah, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
to the
Are we live
Newsman
on
Weekly
the air?
podcast.
We're
You
live
are
on the
live.
air.
Well,
Hello.
we're plausibly
Sorry, Dylan, I'm open for business.
we're plausibly live. We like to tell people that we're live, but it's it's close. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry
Great to see you.
Christmas, Yes.
What do you have going on this week?
Oh, here.
Or next
I'll-
week,
I'll
or the
sneak
week
it.
after.
Here.
Here,
We'll
slide in.
I'm
Share a
I'm-
mic.
Slot in.
Grab Hayden's. He hasn't said anything worth listening to in 30 minutes.
Oh
That's
no,
not nice.
Dylan's balls
No,
are in
I-
his face.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was going to say, may I? Thank you.
Uh-oh,
Thank
the
you,
cameras.
Oh,
We're
here we
losing-
go.
oh.
This is the kind of stuff we
Are we
love.
live?
Is,
We're
oh,
live.
watch that camera behind you,
There's an
too.
earthquake.
We don't know where we're going.
We don't know where we're going.
Okay.
I am fantastic. I had a birthday weekend too.
birthday
so,
weekend.
Oh, yeah.
which is why, yeah.
That's a good teaser. Maybe we talk about that next segment. This
Yeah.
is maybe a good time for a break.
Hey, we'll take a break.
yeah,
we're
let's take a
going to talk
break.
about Leah.
Yeah,
and that will
this
get
is.
us.
It's so crazy. I come in for the critical moment, and you're like, you know what? Let's cut. We're going to cut to commercial.
Well, we
we're going to
need,
cut.
quite honestly, to be honest, we need a palate cleanser because in this last segment, the main thing we heard about is Heiser's dying father.
Oh Lord.
No, he died like 15 years ago. It's okay,
and,
everybody.
and Hayden's divorcing parents.
yeah.
Thankfully-
25 years ago, Hayden.
Thankfully, we had Taylor and we had Dylan to help bring us up with some stuff about Ashland. Folks, we're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Leah Gasoris and God knows who else. Welcome to the Newsman Weekly Holiday Show. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back to the Newsman Weekly. As I indicated earlier, I have lost all control. In fact, it was just the illusion of control for the last 78 episodes. But there is no control now. We have people wandering in and out of the studio at will. We still have Taylor Hinninger from Ashland Source with us. But now we also have Leah Gasoris, who
Oh,
came
my
in
gosh.
at the end of the last segment, and now she's here for the new segment. Good morning again, Leah. How
Good
the hell
morning.
are you?
I'm amazing. Like I said, I had my birthday weekend, and
Happy birthday.
thank
Yes,
you.
happy birthday.
21 never looked so good. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.
I have socks on older than you, Leah. So just relax about that. What did you do for your birthday?
Thank you. I'm 34, to set the record straight. I had a wonderful birthday. I will say on air, I did not endorse the snowy weekend. I saw Carl's article incoming, and I said, okay, it's going to happen, because when Carl writes about it,
I only write when the snow is going to be 2 inches or more.
That's
I'll just
right.
Throw it out.
and it's 98.9% correct.
Yes,
So
thank
Tell us about all the shenanigans. Like,
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah,
us everything.
honestly, it wasn't that crazy. It was actually more chill, I think, as we get older. And this is a good segue. So first of all, chill birthday. Had a great time with my family and my loved one, because I think that is important to do. And then we went to East End yesterday, and I want to put it on the air. I had a date. and it was really good, you guys.
Spill the tea.
Well,
Did I say that right?
You did. I'm so proud of you.
Whoa.
That's my endorsement for Spill the Tea with Leah G coming in
Okay.
2026.
Oh, good.
Maybe.
Did this person like take you to Easton, or was it a blind date? Was
What are you trying to say?
How
She
did it all go
hooked?
down?
Are you trying to insinuate
Hey.
she hooked up at Easton?
Yeah, maybe.
Good God, man.
No, it was. Love was in the air.
Wow.
I had a wonderful time. I'm a little giddy, you guys. I'm a little embarrassed, but I wanted to put it out on the air because I had a great time. And he was a perfect gentleman.
And yet you still had a great time.
I sure did. But this is a good segue. This is a good segue into. I want to take a little time to talk about December birthdays.
Okay.
This is my hot take. As a proud Sagittarian, sometimes we get the shortest end of the stick because our birthdays are around the big man's day. Okay.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. So,
He's talking about Jesus.
Oh.
well, he is
yeah.
the reason for the season.
That big man. He wasn't a big man at Christmas. He was a little.
He was a big little man.
Like
Big
Will,
little man, yes.
Will Ferrell said, "Sweet baby Jesus." I mean, he was
Sweet
little.
baby Jesus.
He was little at the time.
But I have hot takes and opinions. I'd love to hear around the horn,
Okay.
as someone famously says. But here's my hot take. I love being a December baby. I do. I think it's a blessing. Today is actually my dad's birthday. We have lots of December babies in my life, and it is truly a blessing to be able to double spend it. But here's my hot take. I am not a fan of this is your birthday and Christmas gift. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Let's keep it separate till I hit the big 100. Let's keep it separate.
Now,
So I'd love your hot take.
my middle son was born on December 28th.
Let's talk about it.
Now, here's why that happened. And this fits into the
I think
grumpy
we know
old-
why that happened.
This
Carl.
fits in. Well, don't go there with me. He was going to be a planned cesarean section, and there's a doctor in Tiffin, Ohio, who was going to deliver the baby. And he asked us early in December, says, "When do you want to do it?" I have openings on December 28th and January 5th.
You want that tax break.
Exactly. I said
All a part of the plan.
I said, you know what? He'll hate me the rest of his life because he's going to be born the 3 days after Christmas. I want the tax break. We're doing it the 28th. So yeah,
That's your hot take.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have a hot take or a December birthday in their life?
I don't, but I do think that they
Give
should
me your hot
be. I think they deserve gifts because if I was in that position, I would want
Yeah.
for both selfishly.
You gotta
absolutely.
you gotta separate it out. I mean,
well,
yeah,
he gets Nick. I'll be honest. Nick
Yeah.
always got gifts for both. We did keep those. But
As you
did you
should.
know, Leah, that Hayden did not take his son to the Tiny Tim shop yet, and he's not going to.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that decision.
He's not that old yet.
Talk to me about
just
talk to me about
after
that.
he thinks because his granddaughter went. And
My
they're
granddaughter,
within
little
the
Faith,
same age range.
They're both 2 years old.
How close is she
Cutie.
to 3?
Not close at all.
Okay, and Elliot's not either. But
Yeah.
I know how it.
Not
Would,
a
I know
December
my
baby.
child. I know it wouldn't go over well this year. I said next year.
You have denied him. You know what?
So he thinks I'm
Terrible
anti-Tiny
Tuesday.
Tim. I'm an alum. I used to shop for my dad there.
Tell your wife I'm going to pick up Elliot and I'm going to take him to the Tiny
Please
Tim
do.
shop. But he's not going to get to shop for you because you're a Grinch.
That's fine. He can shop for you.
Any other hot takes for December babies or
I
birthday
don't.
birthday separation, gift separation?
I don't. I was blessed to be born June 25th, which is
Summer
exactly
baby.
6 months from Christmas.
Ooh,
It's the
that's
best
true.
birthday, I will
Those are
say.
great birthdays.
That's a good
My
one.
wife's June 30, so
Okay.
yeah, it's always a fun birthday party. I don't have any hot take. I mean, my birthday, I'm a November baby, so as far as I'm concerned,
You're kinda close,
I'm like,
Not
forget
enough.
all the birthdays after mine for the rest of the year.
Okay.
All right. Well, I won't
But
take that
let's see,
personally.
if you're a Christmas baby, you were
That's very-
conceived probably.
That's very millennial of you.
I always like to think, when were people conceived?
Oh, good. You think about that.
Yeah, I do. So right around March Madness.
Yeah. That explains an awful lot.
Thank you.
Explains a lot.
I learn something new every day when I come into this room with these people.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, it is
it's
absolutely
really rewarding.
Positively frightening. Now, Taylor, you had something you had actually worked up
Yes.
in preparation for this show, which would make it far differently than anything else we've got today. So please take a moment and share with us what you've got prepared.
Yes, please. I really wanted to share my favorite Christmas gifts of all time. And so I sat down yesterday and I really thought about it because, once you get older, you kind of start to forget all of the things like your favorite Christmas gifts. But I sat down and I thought it out. And Carl, I think you're going to be a little disappointed.
I often
because-
am this time of year.
Yes. Well, I think you're going to be disappointed because
Oh, this is good. Okay.
they're all electronically related. Most
Ooh.
of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm
My-
I'm already disappointed.
Yeah, I figured. That's okay, though. Well, number one, my favorite Christmas gift of all time was when we got our Wii U.
You what?
We got a Wii U, which was the second edition of the Wii.
What the hell is a Wii U?
Wii U.
With the remotes and the nunchucks.
It has this
How about
this
you
little,
speak
like,
into a
tablet
microphone,
thing.
for God's sake? That's true.
Don't you know a Wii? It's like with the nunchucks and the remotes.
It's like
Yeah.
a white.
It's a game
The little
system.
game
Square.
system.
Nah, I got nothing.
It was okay. Well, the
It was
Wii
a
U
gift. That
came
was a
out.
great gift. That was a moment.
It was. It
Yeah.
was like 2012. It came out, and it had like Super Mario Bros. It had this little mini game series, and you could play all the Wii games you already had. Which for me, it was always Just Dance. That was my number one.
Iconic.
So that was number one for me.
And how old were you? Or like, give ages to.
9.
Okay, 9. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because I have daughters, so maybe they'd like a Wii.
Oh, I would think a Wii
throwback.
would be
They
a
would
good
eat- I
present
think
for
you're-
anyone.
Yeah, your girls
The
would
Wii U
love
is
it.
discontinued, so you're gonna have a hard time finding it. But mine still works. Just so if anyone was wondering, it
Just
still
setting the
works.
record straight. Yeah.
Yes. 13 years
Maybe
later.
I could buy it off you.
No.
Right.
This is a collector's item now.
I'm sure there's a
Okay,
price.
All right.
My second favorite Christmas gift of all time was when I got an electric scooter. And this was like a really big thing in my neighborhood. Like a lot of the kids already had electric scooters. So I was really excited to get mine. And yeah, I would like to also say it did not stop me from riding my bike. I was also an avid bike rider, but the electric scooter made me feel really cool. And it was the only one that had a seat.
Now,
So-
when you say electric, did it plug in or did it have a battery or how did it work?
Yeah, you had to charge it. Yeah,
Okay.
so it plugged in.
It's a good one. I like
And
it.
did your parents, when you were bad, did they ever threaten to just not let you plug it in?
No, I don't think so. I think they would take away like maybe
Apparently-
my iPad. They would encourage me to be outside if it
Apparently,
was
it was just me.
punishment. You know?
I never took away my kids' electronic toys and stuff.
I just didn't have any.
I just didn't let them plug it in or give them new batteries, so they could enjoy the last few minutes as the thing died.
Yeah, they could hear it start the battery start to.
yeah, and know they're not getting anything new. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else?
Number 3 on the list was when I got my Nintendo DS. You can see there's kind of a theme there.
Yeah, these are good. These are solid.
Yeah,
Big day.
I think when I got my DS, I was like 5 or 6.
Now, did you have
6.
one? Was this at a point where they came out in different colors?
Oh, mine was pink. Yes.
Ooh,
I had the
one
pink
was
one
pretty
too.
fly.
Yeah.
Mine was pink, and I pretty much only played Cooking Mama on it.
Cooking Mama.
That was pretty much it
Boy,
for
that
no
is
particular reason.
that is remarkably sexist.
Well, it
I
worked.
played it. I played it
It
that
worked.
game. If it makes you feel better, Carl.
No, that doesn't shock
How
me.
many
I played
copies
it.
it sold?
That doesn't shock me at all as a man who grew up to be a father who won't take his kid to the Tiny Tim shop.
Oh, wow.
Just keep coming back to that. That's
Oh, yeah,
brutal.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about Hayden. Once you find that one little weakness,
You
you
just-
just keep digging.
Yeah.
You just keep digging.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
brutal.
Till finally his head explodes.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to
Right.
be digging a Micah Parsons ACL during surgery.
Oh, that's terrible. Football season's over. Please continue, Taylor.
Number 4 was when I got my iPod Touch. Seriously, there's a theme. That was,
That's a
I
big
think,
one.
2nd grade.
Wow.
Wow.
But it was but that was when
Status
we were in
symbol, man.
Florida, and we had a
Wait,
little,
you got something called an iPod Touch.
Yes.
In the 2nd grade.
Mhm.
You know what I got in the 2nd grade?
No.
Smacked.
Yeah. And those were pretty much identical to like smartphones.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
right?
they
It was
were.
just a smartphone that
Yeah, with no
connected to
cellular.
the internet.
Yeah. I just played like Pocket Frogs and other stupid Jetpack Joyride.
You turned out all right, so that's good. Oh, Jetpack Joyride. I
Yeah.
played that game before.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
This show is way off the rails now. And once again, Hayden talks into a non-microphone.
I was going to say, don't act like you don't play games on your phone, Carl.
Yeah, I know you got games on your
I do
phone.
now, but I'm 64. When I was 2, I was eating paste.
Well, I wasn't 2. I was like 7 or 8.
She said setting the record straight.
Just
Yep.
let me be clear.
Yep.
I didn't buy the gifts for myself, okay?
Man, your parents loved you.
And then number 5.
Number 5.
This is not one singular gift because I was a little bit spoiled and I got a few of these. But I loved my American Girl dolls.
Oh my God.
Big time.
Oh, who was your
Who's-
favorite? I
yeah.
have Samantha. Samantha was mine.
Oh, my favorite was Julie. But I
Okay,
also
Julie's
had
good.
Molly. Molly
I
was
had Molly too.
I'm a
She was
Josephina
great.
guy myself.
Okay, Josephina, that's a
Join
good
into the
one.
conversation. You know,
Yeah.
American Girl dolls are for everyone.
They are
Great.
for everyone. I had, I think, like
Timeless.
7. It was kind of ridiculous.
Did you have the books too?
I always had the books. I had some of the accessories. Like, I had some of their little pets. And
Oh, yeah, they all had dogs and
Yes.
cats and yeah.
I had the special outfits. There's a picture of me with my Julie doll, and she's wearing her pink pajamas, and I have the matching set.
Love it.
And at this point in time, I lost my 2 bottom teeth. Those were the first teeth I lost. And then immediately after, I lost my 2 front teeth. So there was a point in time where I just was like, nothing.
I wrote your
Yeah.
kisses is that
I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, I love my Merry
Now,
Girls.
that's a great list, but let me give you one piece of advice. When you're doing lists, count down. Start with number 5 and build to the top.
Yeah. Well, I put it in my phone 1 to 5, so that's what.
I'm just offering advice from somebody
Yeah.
who does a lot of really bad top 5
Because
lists.
Taylor's top 5 is a new segment we're going to be doing in
Yeah.
2026.
Oh, great!
Wow.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Love
Learn how to
that.
do a list right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learn how
Got
to do. Learn
You'll
how
be
to.
seeing
Check
more
it
of me,
twice.
folks.
Yep. Let's see. Where else are we going to go with Leah? Your
Yeah.
favorite Christmas gift?
Wow.
Put you on the
Okay.
spot.
You did. That's okay though.
That's what I do.
You know what? I can think of one. This was kind of it's a funny short story. There was this beautiful pair of like very expensive earrings. They had stars with like a little drop moon.
I had those.
Yeah, I figured that's kind of why I brought this up. Yeah. And they were at Herring Jewelers, and my parents work at Mechanics Bank right next door. And I would always go in, and I'm like, I really love these. And I was ready to buy them for myself because, you know, as a December baby, I'm like, all right, well, we got to separate the gifts, so I'll just get myself something. And I remember walking in, and I was like, I'm ready to make this purchase. And the girls at the desk were looking at me like, oh, we don't have it. Oh, we don't have it. And I was like, how could you not? Can you order it? And they're like, no, we can't. And I'm like, okay. And I remember texting my mom and dad, and I truly was like 5 years old, and I was like, they don't have it. They don't have the earrings that I really wanted. And then, of course, for Christmas Day, they got me those beautiful earrings, and they were like, yeah, we were like in cahoots with them the entire time, being like,
Nice.
distract her.
See, nothing says Christmas spirit like deceptive parents.
Yeah.
I just
Right.
I think that,
But
that's a given.
it was sweet. It was thoughtful, and they were kind of like my first. This was maybe 4 years ago at this point, but they were kind of my first, big girl expensive earring purchase, and I had gone through a lot of changes in those 4 years, and this was a beautiful gift, but very funny because I was so bummed and confused, and the ladies at the front desk, when I saw them again with my earrings on, they were like, "Yeah, we were working to keep that a secret." So a beautiful, thoughtful gift.
I got to tell you, I topped the list of bad gift givers. I think I did okay with my kids. I'm primarily talking about my wife. There was one year she said, because my wife liked Chinese food. Ogre still likes Chinese food.
Oh,
So
boy.
one year for Christmas, I got her a wok.
Oh,
She
that's a
didn't-
good gift.
No, no. That to her, that was saying, I want you to cook.
Right.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
And
then
I've
there
thought
were-
about that too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Don't.
You can't get cleaning supplies
No.
or
No, she-
cooking supplies
the
or
wok-
anything.
Pans.
The wok went back to the
Oh.
store.
Okay.
So the next year, she had said something about she was doing some work around the house, and she said, we don't have a saw. So I got her a saw for Christmas. Also, not a big hit. Okay.
Not a big hit.
So the next year I decided, and this, Lee, you mentioned jewelry, and I thought I finally nailed it. I went to the local jewelry store, and big that year were things called ear pins. Okay, they're like earrings that go up inside, not inside your ear, but alongside.
Yeah, they're more like a
Yes.
statement
Yeah.
piece. Yeah.
And these were, I talked to the jeweler. He said, these are really popular. Get these. She'll love it. So I did. I bought these really expensive earrings, and she put them in. And within 2 or 3 days of wearing them, they turned her ears green.
Oh.
So once again, I failed at Christmas gift
3 for
giving.
3.
Yeah. So wok, a saw, and earrings that turned my wife's ears green.
You guys have had a lot of Christmases together. I'm sure you've had some good ones in
yeah,
there.
well-
What'd you get her this year?
Yeah, what'd you get her?
It's not Christmas yet, so
Yeah,
don't,
you
don't
can't
go there
say.
with me.
Can't give away all
that
the
was a
secrets.
test. That
You
was
know,
a test.
what do you think about Christmas commercials? Because I have some thoughts, but I'll let you guys go first. I hate them.
I have so many good ones that I love.
Well, you
Okay.
go ahead with the ones you love, and I'm going to tell you the ones that suck.
Okay, well, the number one classic is the Hershey Kisses, the little bells. It's so classic that I think they tried to change it one year, and there was like a whole revolt against them, so they kept
It was
it.
madness.
It was madness.
It's like changing Coke.
And
Classic
also
Coke.
a new one, the Sprite Cranberry
Yes,
commercials.
Sprite Cranberry. Want a Sprite Cranberry?
So good. It's
Yeah.
the
They're so good.
thirstiest time of the year.
Oh, she's a singer.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Leah,
Want
how
a
about
Sprite
you?
Cranberry? It's so good.
Yes, it is.
I do. I love a good Christmas commercial. You know, it's weird. I feel like we live in an age where like commercials are like we don't want to watch them anymore. We don't want to. But the ones that come to mind are unfortunately, Super Bowl, Budweiser, Clydesdale, Clydesdales. Thank you.
That's a good one.
But I would say the Hershey Kisses one is pretty core to me.
Mm-hmm. It's classic.
Yeah.
All right, now I love Christmas, even though sorry, Hayden.
Oh, you do?
Oh, Hayden has something to say, and he's actually speaking into a microphone. Please, Hayden, grace us with your voice.
You wouldn't know this one because it involves basketball players shooting 3-pointers, a shot that you hate. So.
Yeah, I do.
But there's some classic Christmas ones where they're all shooting 3-pointers in order, and the net swishes, and it's playing a Christmas tune. So
What are they advertising?
NBA basketball.
Okay.
So whatever.
Every December, TV commercials make me question whether I've been celebrating the wrong holiday my entire life. Let's start with Lexus and GMC, the proud sponsors of Surprise Bankruptcy Morning. Nothing says Merry Christmas like walking outside in your slippers and finding a $70,000 vehicle with a bow the size of a beanbag chair. No conversation, no paperwork, just vibes. Somewhere off camera, a dealership finance manager is cackling.
You've never done that,
No.
Marcy.
No. Then there's Kay Jewelers and Jared, whispering sweet nothings at us like they're afraid the diamonds might hear. Every kiss begins with Kay.
Every kiss begins with K.
No, it begins with a credit check and a long talk that you should have had in October. Nobody in these ads ever says we stuck to a budget and we feel great about it.
And they'll turn your ears green.
They will. Next up, Chanel, Dior, and Calvin Klein perfume commercials, which are not commercials, but avant-garde films that play before you accidentally sit on the remote. A celebrity rides the horse, stares at the ocean, and looks emotionally unavailable. What does the perfume smell like? Don't know. But apparently it smells like wealth and unresolved personal issues. Next goes Walmart and Target, where every employee and customer is dancing through the aisles like it's a Broadway audition. I've been in Target 3 days before Christmas. Ain't nobody dancing. People are disassociating near the ordinance and whispering, I just need batteries, like it's a damn prayer. And finally, here's the worst. Apple's emotional holiday commercial. Soft piano music, slow motion hugs, a long-lost family member shows up at the door. Everyone cries. Meanwhile, I'm yelling at the TV, hey, text first, would you? It's not heartwarming. It's a jump scare in a sweater. So, yeah, I love Christmas commercials. They remind me of what I don't have. A surprise luxury SUV, a snow machine in my living room, and the emotional readiness for unannounced visitors. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to mute the TV before Lexus tries to sell me joy at 6.9% APR. That's what I know about TV commercials. All right, New Year's resolutions, guys. I asked you for Ashland, but now I need personal New Year's resolutions.
Oh, okay. Oh, and I'm starting?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I would start with Hayden, but he won't pull the microphone over. So.
Okay, well, I have a good one. I've been really wanting to do Pilates for a long time, and I didn't think that there was a place in Mansfield, but I have recently found out otherwise, that there is such a Pilates place.
What is Pilates?
It's a form of exercise.
What's exercise?
I don't know.
It's kind of like a mix between bar and ballet,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Between a bar and ballet?
You just kind of like stretch your
I'll
bodies
take the bar
in
part.
ways you didn't know
Like,
your body
it's
could
like
be
yoga.
stretched.
Ever heard of yoga?
EARRE.
Yoga?
But it's not
Yeah.
like yoga.
Where you lay
from
on
what
the
I've
floor?
heard.
I always thought I'd be good at yoga. You know, you just get to lay on the floor. And
Downward dog.
Yeah.
What is the child's pose?
Child's
That's what it
pose.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of.
I always thought I'd be good at yoga. Oh, what's
You
Carl
would be.
doing? He's laying on the
Be
floor.
good.
Is he drunk? No, he's doing yoga.
Yeah.
Well, it could be both.
So yeah, I'm going to start taking Pilates classes, I
all right.
think, and
Leo?
see how that goes.
What do you
I
got?
like that. Yeah, this is a really good one. I think for me, I want to develop a new skill. I want to, whatever that may be. I don't know if that's a new music skill. Maybe that's getting back into piano. I've been thinking about that. I used to play when I was little, and I think we can all relate to this experience of, our parents are making us do something. We're like 5 years old and we hate doing it, but we do it for so long and then we don't appreciate it. So I think for me, I would love to be able, I'll lean toward learning or relearning a musical skill that I enjoy and I don't feel pressured or, to learn it. So
Love that.
learn a new skill.
Love that.
Thank you.
Woodworking you could do.
Wow. Yeah.
Woodworking.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's
How
great.
about leather goods?
Fantasy football.
Welding.
Well, now, hold on. Pump the brakes.
Okay,
Pump the brakes.
okay.
No, I'm willing to get there. I'm willing to get there.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, we're going to take another quick break.
Okay.
Well, we'll see who's left.
Yeah.
Who's left out there? We haven't roped into coming in
I
and
think
talking
we got at
today.
least one more.
We'll get at least one
can
more.
get one
so
more.
Stay with us for just a few minutes and relax. It's a Newsman Weekly Holiday Jamboree.
It's a great teaser. We don't know who we're going to have on next.
We don't know, but
it's going to be awesome.
I do have. You want a teaser? I have
Yeah.
one more rant left in me,
Oh,
All right, good.
and it's about New Year's Eve. So we'll share that coming up next. Please stay with us. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final segment of the Newsman Weekly podcast, our Christmas Jamboree episode, because I'm on vacation after this week, and unlike other points this year, I ain't coming in on vacation just to record this podcast. I'm sorry. So enjoy the rest of this show, because it's all you get till January. We're now joined by the rest of the Richland Source staff, the Knox Pages staff. We have my boss, managing editor Larry Phillips, who apparently has thawed out from standing beside a frozen goose pond at North Lake Park on Friday while they fished out a truck. We have Hannah Martin, who has no idea what she's stepping into, this hellhole of a mess that we're calling a Christmas New Year's show. And then there's Jack Slaminda, a Steelers fan who still thinks the NFL season is over, which we all know it's not, because the Packers are done. Welcome to all of you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Bar Mitzvah for Irving. I'm glad to see you all. Happy Hanukkah, yes indeed.
Thank you,
How the
Carl.
hell are you all of you?
I'm
Wonderful.
wondering what's going to happen. This is
I have no
little bit of
idea.
the Wild West of a show.
I
here.
have not scripted any of this, as
Yeah.
most of this show has gone unscripted. We're just kind of winging it. But while you're here, let's start with favorite childhood Christmas memory. And we're going to start with Hannah, because I want to go Larry last, because he's old like me, and he might need more time to think about it. So, Hannah, your favorite Christmas childhood memory, and go.
So it's a memory and a gift. When I was a little kid, I was probably like 5 or 6, I got a brand new bed for Christmas, and it was a day bed. And my mom and my grandpa, while I was sleeping, picked me up out of the bed, changed my bed in my room, and then put me back in it. So when I woke up on Christmas, I was in a new bed.
Nice.
And that happened to me in college. It wasn't quite that nice, though. I thought I was in my bed, and I woke up, and it wasn't my bed. It was a completely different dorm. But that's a whole other Christmas kind of story. Slaminda, what about you?
Yeah. I rode the Polar Express when I growing up in Cleveland. It's my favorite Christmas movie.
Was Tom Hanks there?
He wasn't, I wish. But, I forget exactly where it was in Cleveland, and I should remember this. But they still do it to this day. They do the whole thing. There's a train that runs and whatnot, and kids dress up in pajamas. Santa comes. They do the whole hot chocolate scene and everything. Not as, acrobatic as... Did you? Yeah, it's awesome. Where is it?
Okay, if you're going to talk, Heiser, pull the microphone over. If not, zip it. Come on, man.
I did it with my kids. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, Jack.
All right. But yeah, it was awesome, and Polar Express is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Used to watch it in July, so doing that with my parents and my sister was pretty sweet. Yeah.
I can't imagine anything more terrifying than a train full of kids wearing pajamas, armed with hot chocolate and cookies.
It
That
was
just
great.
sounds absolutely. Where does the train go?
It just
Does it go some?
okay.
Does it go
Yeah,
someplace?
it goes. It does like a.
Don't you
lap.
get off the same place you get on?
Yeah,
How disappointing must that be?
it was a little sad.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. You thought you were
yeah.
going somewhere.
It goes to the North Pole, Carl.
Yeah,
That's
but-
where the train goes.
Yeah, not in Cleveland. It stays in Cleveland.
And you can sing Christmas carols on it too. So it's a train full of kids singing Christmas
Oh
carols.
my God.
It's
That's
a nightmare for you.
Yeah, it truly is a nightmare.
Yeah, you would not enjoy that at all,
No,
Carl.
not at all. Larry, favorite Christmas childhood memory? Think back to the 1940s.
I don't quite go
so
that
mean.
far back, but I would say the most memorable Christmas was the year we were in Wyoming. My dad, he got laid off from Kaiser Aluminum there in Heath, and we
Okay,
went to...
stop right there for just 1 second, because this is the third person that we've asked this question to that brings up something potentially bad. From Heiser, we get a dying father. From Hayden, we got divorcing parents. And now we get you with your dad laid off and the family going to hide in Wyoming.
But, well, not hiding, but
Okay.
it worked out. He took... he was going to be off. They thought it would be laid off for 6 months, and he said he wanted to do something adventurous. He would have been, 76. He'd have been 29. And so he went to Wyoming and found a lodge that the owner was going to California for the winter, and he needed a winter caretaker.
Wait,
so
wasn't that a movie?
Yeah, it was called The Shining, which was 3 years after we did this.
Oh yeah. Here's
So we
Johnny.
We were the winter caretakers at the UXU Lodge in between Cody and the East Gate of Yellowstone, and we were out there the winter of 76, 77. So Christmas of 76, we spent 15 miles east of the East Gate of Yellowstone National Park, and deep into the woods, the closest deep into the mountains, the closest neighbor was 2 miles away. The closest town was Cody, which was 35 miles away. As
a child, that would have terrified me. As an adult, that's a dream.
It wasn't terrifying at all. It was an adventure for us. We went to school. My brother and sisters went to school, as I did. I was in 4th grade that year, and
how long a bus ride was that, for God's sake?
Well, that was the thing. They would either pay mileage, or you could drive 15 miles to the closest bus stop, and then the bus would take you the extra 2 miles. And Dad was like, "Well, we'll take the mileage because I'm just going to drive the extra 2 miles." And,
Right.
And so it was the area where the real Jeremiah Johnson had his battle with the Crow Indians. He was buried out there in Cody.
It's one of my favorite
Wyoming.
Westerns.
Yeah.
We
So
talked about
that happened right where we lived, was the actual scene of where all that took place. And it was just a tremendous memory. I've gone out there twice more since then. I took my wife out once, and took my wife and kids out the second time, but not quite as they go along and
oh, look, Dad wants to go to Wyoming.
Yeah,
again
in the
this
middle
year.
of nowhere.
Yay.
But to me, it was a childhood memory. So that was my most memorable Christmas, and I couldn't tell you a single present I got. It was just the fact that we were there.
That's awesome.
Nothing says happy holidays like Mom and Dad dragging your kid's sorry butt to places like they don't want to go to. All right, let's move on to something else. Christmas trees, live or artificial? And Slominda, we'll start with you.
It's a great question.
Thank you very much.
My mother we've always been the live household, and
You've been alive?
Sorry, like a live Christmas tree.
Oh,
household.
okay, thank you. Yeah.
And she is very, very, very adamant about never, ever, ever buying a fake tree ever. It is like it's a tradition, and we will always go out together and get unfortunately, this year we didn't go out to get a tree. Her and my stepdad went out and did it, but
they didn't invite you, or you couldn't go, or
well, I was working here. You know, I mean,
okay, so you can't drive to Cleveland from here.
I had a lot going on, girl. It was a shame. I was sad, but
maybe they didn't want you there. Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe that's it.
You know, it is possible.
Maybe
but yeah,
that's it.
live tree
They
through
have
and through.
Jack, they have moved on. You're out of the house now.
All right, Carl. We don't need to go there.
All right, Hannah, live tree, artificial tree, and go.
We used to be live tree people, and a few years ago switched to artificial.
Oh, yep.
Used to be live, now we're artificial.
And what led to the stunning transformation?
So another kind of like tragic. My stepdad got cancer.
You know, I didn't want to do it this show, but I literally am going to kill myself. I'm just going to kill myself.
Wow.
I got a dying dad. I got divorced.
Dead. He was already dead.
Yeah, dying dad. You got a dead dad. I got divorcing parents.
Yeah.
I got Larry, whose father becomes jobless, and they become homeless, so they move to a lodge buried in the mountains in
Attacks the
Wyoming.
kids with a hatchet.
And now I got dads with cancer. This is a Christmas show.
Yes. Blue Christmas.
Okay, so continue, Hannah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I asked, but now I've asked, so you got to finish the question.
It's fine. He's great now. So
Okay,
it's,
good.
It's okay.
Happy ending.
Dodge the bullet.
But yeah, no, the year that he had it, we couldn't get a live tree, and then from there on out, we just always kept getting artificial tree.
But they don't. I'm not gonna. I can't. I gotta ask. They don't sell live trees to people that have cancer.
For some reason, he wasn't allowed to have it.
Okay. All right, well, I mean, there's things I don't know, and there's a lot of things I don't know in this world. But I know the answer to the question I'm about to ask because I see it on Facebook every year. I know what Larry is when it comes to trees.
Hey, man.
Larry?
I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing a Timbuk Tree Farm sweatshirt as we speak.
Yeah. So Larry not only gets a live tree, he drives out of the county.
That's right.
To get it because he doesn't want to pay Tony Vero's sales tax.
Yeah, that's it.
Larry, tell us about your Christmas tree tradition, and please, if there's one sad part of this, I am throwing Slaminda at you.
It started in 1972 when I was in kindergarten. Our kindergarten class was charged with picking the Christmas tree for the elementary school, Garfield Elementary there in Heath. And we went to a Christmas tree farm, Timbuk Christmas Tree Farm in Granville. And that would have been the Christmas of 1972. And we have gone back every year except for the year we were in Wyoming since.
We've moved on from Wyoming. We're not talking about your unemployed father anymore. We've got other topics.
So now I have purchased a Timbuk Christmas Tree Farm, a family tradition, and I had it what do you call labeled?
Labeled?
Yeah.
The class of 72 was the year I went out there. So this year would have been 53 years since then. And I still have never gotten a free tree from that kind of patronage.
But yet you drag your children and your wife down there with you, don't you?
Yeah, my wife's family was the artificial Christmas tree. So we have an artificial tree in the dining room, kind of in the corner. But the living tree is in our living room, and I love the scent of a live Christmas tree. And I know it's a mess, and I clean it up because nobody else wants to, and I really don't care. That's the price I pay. No problem.
You can buy like aerosol spray and put on your artificial tree,
right.
So it smells kind of like.
You're an artificial tree guy.
Oh
right?
yeah,
me too. Me too. Live trees belong in the ground outside.
We've had the same tree because it's in a box with the date mark since 2001.
Good for you.
Yeah, the year we moved in our house. That's when we got it.
I am shocked that you're an artificial tree guy, Carl.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like you'd be the hard set traditional.
He associates it with
the first year we got married, 1985. We bought a live Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I got this wild notion of buying this futuristic-looking base that you put the tree stand in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, futuristic was bad because it was cone-shaped. It descended down. So the stump of the tree had to be shaved off like a pencil in order to fit it down in.
That's just dumb.
Yeah,
just buy a normal stand.
Yeah, well, no, after that, just went artificial trees. Just made it
Right.
easier.
Well, you bought the wrong stand, sir.
No, don't ever tell me I did the wrong thing. That's not right, Slaminda. All right, I got one more question for all of you, and then I'm going to end this with something that's relatively painful. But New Year's Eve, are you a New Year's Eve party person? Are you in bed by 5? Tell me about your New Year's Eve traditions. And Larry, we'll start with you because I'm sure it's the shortest tradition of the bunch.
No, I do not have New Year's Eve traditions. I used to make a point of going to parties, but almost every time something disastrous happened at a party. I usually wasn't a participant to the catastrophe, but I was an observer, and it was like, you know what? I'd rather stay home and watch Dick Clark.
All right. Jack?
Yeah.
I can't imagine the horror stories coming out of the posh suburbs of Cleveland when you were a child and growing up.
I mean, growing up, yeah, I would just be around my family and we would have people over and whatnot. But New Year's Eve really doesn't get fun until you're in, junior or senior year in high school and then into college. So, yeah, high school I would go to my buddy's house, we'd party, do that sort of thing, and then
partied when you were in high school?
Underage drinking.
No, we don't need to say that on the air.
But it's okay. Nobody's listening. Sorry.
But yeah, and then college, my favorite thing about New Year's is when we were in college, everyone would go home for Christmas break, celebrate the holidays, yada, yada. But we would all come back to Athens early for New Year's and do New Year's in Athens. And that's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Hannah?
Party person.
Party person.
All right.
Tell me about your wildest. Tell me about your wildest New Year's Eve party.
They're not super crazy. Just my whole family, like big family and friends, will all get together. We do game night, tons of food, things like that.
Nice. I like that.
All right. Well, I've already asked you. Heiser, you got something before we?
No, not really. I did. I mean, I don't know. I lean party, but I really like New Year's Day. I like watching the Rose Parade. I like watching football. I like New Year's Day over New Year's Eve.
Me too. Big time.
All right. New Year's Eve. The only holiday that exists entirely because people are afraid to go to bed at a reasonable hour. I don't need a countdown to tell me time is passing. My knees already do that. Loudly. Every morning. Everyone's asking, what are your plans? My plan is survival. My plan is staying awake long enough to pretend that I care a ball is dropping somewhere that I don't live. I've seen the ball. It drops every year. Congratulations, Gravity. You win again. Then there's the pressure to do something special. No, I've done things. I'm done now. I don't need overpriced advertisers and a DJ yelling, make some noise, at a bunch of people who are drunk and already exhausted. And don't even get me started about New Year's Eve resolutions. Suddenly everybody's becoming a new person at midnight. No, you're not. You're the same person, just tired and slightly sticky from champagne you didn't want. If resolutions worked, gyms wouldn't be empty by February and treadmills wouldn't double as clothing racks. Fireworks go off, at least they do in Mansfield. People scream, somebody spills a drink, and I'm standing there thinking, it's 12:01. Nothing's better yet. My problems did not respectfully wait until January. Honestly, the highlight of my night is turning off the TV at midnight. That click? That's closure. That's peace. So, Happy New Year to everybody staying up late. I'll be the guy in sweatpants celebrating the way God intended, asleep before the champagne goes flat. Wake me up when it's January 2nd, for God's sake. All right, folks, we're going to put a wrap on today's show on that joyous note. Many thanks to Steve Russell, who joined us earlier, and every member of the Source Media team that joined us later on in this rollicking Christmas show. For now, thanks again to all of you for listening to the Newsman Weekly, and today and all the rest of the year. I'll be back in a second to put a bow on this week's episode, which, again, the last one of 2025. Until then, remember what author Mark Twain once said. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everybody. Good night.